Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the Southron Bannermen with our regular host, Ben Davey.
Hello, everyone.
Our regular host, Joe Zimmer.
Hello.
Our semi-regular guest, James Wamma Wamsley.
Hello.
And I'm your regular host, Matt.
I think you're the regular new host now, aren't you?
I'm still the regular new host, that's true.
I think Ben's introduced you as the new host like 4 episodes in a row.
Yes, I'm still the newest of the hosts, so yeah. So, tonight we are going to be discussing the year in review. How was 2017? Did we enjoy it? Did we hate it? Did we just want to, vote to leave the country again? But we're gonna find it. We're gonna find out all this and more. But we're gonna start off with James Wamma Wamsley is gonna present us an epic quiz to test our knowledge of all things, whether they're Thrones related or not. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I studied up on the Spice Girls for this personally.
I know that you're the wrong podcast.
Listening to banter too much. We don't do anything like that here.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to be on the quiz.
I'm doing a quick scan of the questions now, looking for Spice Girls. I think you might be out of luck here.
Damn it! I studied the wrong text.
Yeah, that's the next cycle, the Spice Girl cycle.
The Spice Girl cycle. Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll be having a quiz. Given to us by James Wamma Wamsley. I hear that Ben's daughter is going to be making an appearance tonight.
No. She's done her work.
Oh dear. Oh no. Her work will be making an appearance. Oh, this is awful.
Jess and I have been collaborating.
Oh man.
You can't collaborate with yourself, Wamma.
I love this theory. I have a 20-something-year-old daughter now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming up. So this is definitely going to be an end of year spectacular.
So James, what are the arbitrary rules of this game?
Okay, so we have 6 rounds of quiz questions. They are going to be me asking them, the 3 of you answering them. I've given arbitrary amounts of points for each question, and at the end of it, whoever has the most points gets to gloat for a year, I guess. The questions are all Thrones related, and the majority of them are to do with the last year. Some of them are a bit older, but most of them are sort of 2017 stuff. Yeah. What else? Oh, how you actually answer. Okay, so for most of them, we need to have a system in which, what I'm thinking is if you guys say your name, then whichever name I'll hear first can then give the answer.
Okay.
So we don't have unique buzzers like on QI.
I thought about it and then I couldn't be asked.
It's a lot of work.
Can I raise my hand?
You can raise your hand, Joe, but it might be unhelpful.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I
have already, though, undercut that plan by having a few questions that aren't going to be structured like that. But I'll flag them when we come to them.
I have no idea what I'm getting into.
No.
I don't know if any of us do.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, without further ado, should we begin?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Yeah.
Okay. Round 1 is
All right.
Clash of Champions. It is to do with the major tournaments of the last year and champions. So the first question, it's going to be 5 parts. So we'll have, 5 1-point questions here. It's going to be, I'm going to give you a card from the Game of Thrones card game, and you're going to be telling me which champion is credited with the design of that card.
Oh,
God.
Now, no cheating, no getting on Thrones DB right now.
Yeah. Oh, that should be another rule for this quiz, is if you, for the 3 of you, and if anyone listening at home wants to play along, try not to cheat, because most of these questions are quite easy to cheat on.
I can't think of any names now beyond all of the ones that have come out recently.
Well, I've tried to make it, there are 5 cards here, and I've tried to sort of stagger it so that, it gets harder as they go on, but at least the first 1 or 2 should hopefully be quite easy.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the names of the 5 Spice Girls and Put them out of my head. I was ready for that question.
Well, one of them could be Ginger Spice. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, so card number 1. Beric Dondarrion.
Joe.
Joe Zimmer.
Jakob Holtman.
Jakob Holtman is correct. 1 point to Joe.
He's playing that bloody card today.
Card number 2. Faceless Man.
Ben.
Matt. Oh, you got it, Ben.
Ben got there first.
Ryan Jones.
Ryan Jones is correct.
Yes! Not being nailed.
Card number 3. The Reader.
Matt. Marty. Heron, I know is his name.
I will accept Harron. Marty Foz Hernandez, a.k.a. Harron, is what I've got listed as the answer.
All right.
Marjorie Terrell, the champion one, obviously.
God damn it. There's a name I've got in my head. I might have to guess with this one. Joe.
Joe just about got there first.
Greg Atkinson?
No.
So I don't know where I've got that name from.
From Fleabottom.
Oh, well. Hopefully that's not the next one.
It is not. Matt?
Posh Spice.
Close, but not quite.
Ben?
Go for it, Ben.
Who cares? He was cut off the art.
Oh, oh poor man. It was Gregoire Lefebvre. I've probably mispronounced his surname. I apologise, Gregoire.
And if you are listening, I do. That's it. I'm not actually digging you. I just think it's funny they cut you off the art.
Yeah, no, that's. I'm sure it would be taken with the spirit it was meant, rather than as just pure hatred.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I love that card.
I think there's a full art opportunity here to restore Gregoire's honor.
And then the last one, good luck in advance, Den of the Wolf.
What?
What?
Oh, this is first edition, isn't it?
It's a champ card for the Game of Thrones card game.
Damn it. Oh.
Ben?
Go for it, Ben.
Okay. I've got this one, guys.
Make up a name.
Basically. I believe it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He was in the middle of doing a UK tour, came along to Europe and basically won everything, and then went back and never played again.
No, see, you were close, but...
Was that in 2007-2008 season?
I don't remember. I think it was from the CCG. The correct answer is Matthias Tam. And I just wanted to put in one that I knew none of you would get.
I see. You were gonna. You need to establish that these aren't going to be super easy. That we're gonna be biting our nails and suffering. And then the two people, the two of our listeners who get this are going to be feeling very good right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The only other ones I could think of were ones that aren't even out yet.
Well, I mean, Den of the Wolf's not out yet.
All right then.
I guess all champ cards are being redone. Is that a start character?
No, it was a neutral location. It was immune. It made all characters lose immunities, and you could kneel some amount of influence. I think it was 3 influence to repeat the current phase.
What?
But you also had to discard. I think you had to remove Den of the Wolf from the game to do it.
So, why have we not seen this card yet? That sounds really simple to make a second edition version of.
That sounds nuts. You gonna repeat the plot phase? That sounds crazy.
It was good fun. I guess the problem it would have at the moment is it would be super obnoxious to repeat dominance with Chamber of the Painted Table.
Well, it'd be kneeling, so you wouldn't be able to do it again. So I guess that's not that bad.
I guess, yeah.
That's true. Like, but even still, like with Iron Throne and with like Gendry and
No. It'd be super noxious for the Greyjoy Drown God tech.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Damp hair and getting to recur the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, the increased focus on the dominance phase has ruined that card for second edition, and I assume it will be remove it from the game to repeat any other phase or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Repeating the challenge phase sounds like it could get a little nasty because, like, you don't have to declare it until after you've seen how the first challenge phase plays out.
Yes.
Then you go, oh, I'll ambush this guy in. Now I'll do another challenge phase. Oh.
Imagine Targ stuff with the stand on it. Anyway, question 2. And on question 2, I'm going to be breaking that you say your name to buzz in format. This is going to be around the table. So basically, I'm going to go start with Ben, then Joe, then Matt. And then after Matt, back to Ben again. Take it in turns.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to name a faction, a gender, or human being that has won Gen Con, Worlds, or Starlek in 2nd edition. You get a point for each. If you get one wrong or repeat an answer already given or pass, then you're out, and we'll keep going until you've named everything or until they're all, you've all gone out.
So a faction. So the faction, gender, and person are 3 separate answers.
Yes. So you would say you'd won Starlek this year with your Tyrell Brotherhood deck. Then Tyrell would be one answer, Brotherhood would be another answer, and Ben Davey would be a third answer.
Can I check? Was there a preview event at Gen Con? Does that count?
No, the preview event was one of those ones where they did 6 rounds of Swiss with no cut.
Okay, so it's only 2 years, yeah?
Yeah, I have 2 Gen Con winners, 2 Starlek winners, and 3 Worlds winners.
So we can just keep going until we,
Until you run out or until you're all eliminated. Starting with Ben, go now.
Tug.
Correct.
Don't look it up.
Joe?
Banner of the Rose.
Correct. Matt?
Chris Schronthal.
Correct. Ben?
Crossing.
Correct. Joe?
Oh, Christ. Is it Jim Hansen?
Nope. Matt?
Alex Black.
Correct. Ben?
Lannister.
Correct. Matt?
Heron. Marty.
Correct. Ben?
Banner of the Wolf.
Correct. Matt?
Do Road to Starlek events count?
No.
Crap. Tyrell.
Correct. Ben?
Reinhard.
Correct.
I missed the overall question here. I thought so I knocked myself out because I didn't hear what you said.
Do you want to use your second chance to buy yourself back in?
I still don't fully know what the question is anymore. I just know all I heard was name winners of Gen Con, so I thought there was only 2 answers.
Gen Con, Worlds, or Starlek.
I didn't hear the Worlds or Starlek part.
Okay.
That didn't help you.
Okay, over to me. The Reigns of Casimir.
Correct. Ben?
Martel.
Correct. Matt?
Florian Moss.
Correct.
Yes.
Ben?
Sam Bratz.
Correct. Matt?
Stark.
Correct. Ben?
Bloody
You guys are hoovering this up.
trying to think what's left.
There are 2 correct answers left.
Banner of the Dragon.
No. Oh, sorry, yes.
Oh, yes.
That's the opposite of no, isn't it?
Yeah, last time I checked.
Yeah, 1 answer left. Matt, can you get it, or will Ben get a chance to go for it?
Banner of the Wolf.
That was already named.
Oh, Fealty.
Ben?
Ooh. You're not accepting Fealty?
I said repeat an answer already given or pass and you're out. And he said Dragon.
Fealty?
Correct.
Yeah! Thanks, Matt. I wouldn't have got that.
So at the end of that, Ben got 8 points. Ben got 9 points, Matt got 7 points, and Joe got 1 point.
I got cheated by not listening.
Let that be a lesson.
I knew plenty more answers.
Okay. Across both 1st and 2nd edition, other than Thomas Albeck, who is the only person to have won more than 1 Road to Starlek event, with the caveat that this is poorly fact-checked and there may be other correct answers?
Across what, sorry?
Across both 1st and 2nd edition.
Oh, Joe.
Oh.
Yep.
Jakob Holtman.
Correct.
It was on the tip
He
of my
won the first ever Battle of Blackwater Bay, and he won this year's Varberg Magudlis.
And he went to Worlds and did something, didn't he? As well.
In 1st edition he did, yeah, but that wasn't Road to Starlek.
I just remember it was linked to Battle of Blackwater.
Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
that got him like free entry accommodation and first round bye for Starlight.
Was it the same year? I remember something about like water champion Jakob Holtman won or did Worlds.
He won the last ever first edition Worlds,
Okay.
which is quite good. I think that counts as doing well at Worlds.
And,
It's all right.
now he's the designer of the amazingly designed Beric Dondarrion.
Indeed.
Love that card.
And he has one more card coming out as well, because he won Starlight Melee back when that got you a champ card design.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, 2 more questions left in this round, so I'm going to hit them up in succession because they're kind of linked. And they're each worth 2 points. So first one, how many people got a 6-2 record at Starlek, were outside the top 32 after Swiss, but still had a chance to make the cut thanks to the win and in round?
Ben.
Yep.
11.
Nope.
Ooh.
Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go. No, I've got my maths wrong.
Matt,
Yep.
15.
Nope.
Oh.
You were the closest though, Matt. The correct answer is 17.
Okay.
Different about me.
And then, yeah, it was 49 people
Yeah,
who
that part. So I
made
guessed 15.
qualifying.
So-
Yeah, 49 take 32, 17. And then, sorry.
I was going to say, also going by my maths, I should actually say 12, because I thought it was 44, and I said 11, so...
Right. I also
You're wrong in 2 ways.
I got the question wrong as well.
So then the follow-up question is, how many people got a 6-2 record at Worlds and missed the cut?
Ben.
Yep.
3?
Nope.
Okay.
Matt,
Yep.
700.
Slight overestimate then. Nope.
Joe.
Yep.
5.
No. Ben was the closest. It was 2.
Darren.
Alejandro and Darren.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't use those 2 questions to make a point about qualification systems at all.
No. We are accepting of all varieties of qualification systems. We think they are all equal and deserve to have their time in the sun. And we in no way endorse Stalik as the best one.
No, we think it endorses
we think
itself.
it's much better.
That's a good idea. Oh, we weren't supposed to say that.
So that's the end of round 1. So coming out of that, Ben has 10 points, Joe has 4 points, Matt has 8 points. But there's still a lot of points left to play for.
This is one that's feeling just like 1,000,000 points to the last round, isn't it?
I hope so. I'll catch up
We shall see. So the next round is Survivor Series. This is going to be the round based around Jess's descriptions of the characters.
Yes.
She's been exposed to the card art, and from that has given 5 descriptive points, except in one where I've only got 4 descriptive points. So this is going to be quite high scoring. It's going to be 10 points for each one, but each time I give you an extra clue, I'm going to deduct 2 points. So if you need 1 clue, you get 10 points, but if you need 2, you get 8.
Yeah.
3, you get 6, and so on. And also I'm going to say, once you say it wrong, you don't get another guess for that one, so you can't just guess for each clue.
Oh, okay.
I've changed the order of some of these clues to try and make the more obvious ones appear slightly later on.
Okay.
Good call.
But these are all Jess's descriptions, although not necessarily in the order that she gave them. Okay, so first clue is, she is a lady. Anyone want to come in after that? Or should I get the next clue?
I'm good for another clue, guys. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Matt, I think you should guess. You got about 30% chance of getting it right, maybe.
I have an idea in my head, but let's see what the next clue is.
One more question, quick.
Yeah.
Do we have to guess exactly what one it is, or just the character?
In the case of characters where there's more than one version, I will accept the character name. I'm not going to be that specific.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're thinking of.
How do you know?
Off the top of my head, I can think of 6 different ladies that have multiple versions. Oh no, 7. I'm now just trying to think of that. Let's focus. Next clue is, she works for Father Christmas.
Father Christmas.
She works for Father Christmas.
I'm trying to get them in mind of my daughter. This is a scary place.
Matt.
Ben. Oh, go on.
Oh, Matt got there first.
Shireen Baratheon.
No, you are
Damn
out.
it! Oh,
Ben,
she had
did
the
you
little
wanna have
toy
a
in her
guess?
hand.
Yes. Marjorie Tyrell.
No.
Ah.
Okay, Joe, you're going to have as many more clues as you
Yeah,
want.
I'm just going to wait and listen.
Okay, so third clue is she has a dress.
God's sake.
Would you want to guess off that, or do you want the next clue?
Next clue.
Well, it's not
Okay.
Dacia.
The next clue is she has very long hair.
For Christ's sake.
Do you want the last clue, or do you want to guess off that?
I'm trying to think.
Okay. Attention.
God damn it. No, I can't nail it down, so
The final clue is she looks magical.
Any ideas, Joe?
I've got one, but I can't remember it well enough, and I don't know why it would be that card, so I can't think of anything else. God.
Maybe it's not a character at all.
They are all characters.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, I can't get it. I can't think of it.
Are you going to just pass?
Just might as well guess.
She's a lady. She works for Father Christmas. She has a dress and very long hair. She looks magical. You know, that one.
No, I can't get it.
Okay. Anyone else want to have another go for no points?
Melisandre?
It is Core Melisandre.
Cool,
Damn
Melisandre.
it! Oh, that was my second choice.
See, I went.
I mean, she clearly works for Father Christmas, but Shireen had the toy.
I was more thinking. I was thinking Marge because I was thinking Tinder Marge because the way she's like, looks like she's throwing stuff at people.
Right.
Okay.
No, that makes sense.
But that's why I went there. But no, Mel was my second one. Oh well.
Right,
How
well,
did-
I've
how did
largely
I-
been working off
did I-
it being purely on the art. So
It is purely on the art.
how is that purely on the art? Like, how is it works for Father Christmas based on the art?
Because
she's
she's
wearing
brewing
red.
something. She's making gingerbread. In that
That's
You can get the mind of a 6-year-old, Jay.
yeah, she's making gingerbread.
Okay, so next one, and this is the one for which there are only 4 clues.
Okay.
So you have been warned. Clue number 1 is he's a man. You might notice a theme with some of these first clues.
It's like we're playing 20 questions here.
Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone want to go in on he's a man, or do you want the second clue?
I'll pass at that point. Yeah.
He looks important.
I'll have a go.
Yeah.
Tywin Lannister.
Correct.
Damn it!
I was thinking-
I was thinking
The other-
Stannis Baratheon. You can tell my one track.
That was my other thought, but then I thought
Yeah.
Tywin looked more important in his core art.
Yeah. Oh no, this isn't the core art. This is the Lions of the Rock art.
Oh, he looks important.
Well, he does look important in all fairness.
Yeah. The other 2 clues were he's got a long cape and he's on a pony.
Yeah, there you go.
Pony.
That's Lions Tywin right there.
Yeah.
Okay, third one. He's male. The last 2 don't have this as the first clue, but I had to put those 3 in a row.
Okay. Okay. Good pass.
Second clue is he's in his PJs.
Oh, I know, I think.
Okay.
Mr. Tully?
No, good guess, but no.
He's in his PJs. Okay. I think I might have it, but let's go for another. I'm happy for another clue. Matt.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. He has a long beard.
Oh, right.
Oh, Ben.
Yep.
Okay. Now, which one of the Masons is going to be? I'm going to go with Pycelle.
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Do you want to have a guess, Matt, or do you want another clue?
I'll take one more clue.
Okay. So clue number 4. He wants a hug.
All right, I'll take a guess.
Okay.
I'll take a guess. Is it Wolves of the North, Eddard Stark?
No. He's not in his PJs. He doesn't have a long.
What do you want?
Is it Crescent?
No, it's not a Maester.
Oh, really? Oh,
Is it Mace Tyrell?
No, I'll give you the last clue. Obviously not for points because you've all got it wrong. But let's see if anyone can get it because I think the last one makes it more obvious. He's going for a swim.
What?
he's going for.
Oh, is it Aaron?
It's damp hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holds his
yeah.
arms out like
He
that.
wants a hug. Yes.
He wants a hug.
I'm going to struggle to look at these cards the same way again.
Yeah, and again, specifically the core damp hair.
I'm
obviously.
already envisioning a Christmas theme alt art for Melisandre right here. She's just baking gingerbread.
I'm seeing a get well soon card from Damper. Come in, give me a hug. It'll be all right.
Okay, this next one, I'll say in advance, good luck.
Oh, man.
First clue, he's a boy who has long hair.
Okay.
Okay.
Second clue, he's a musician.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Blue Bard.
No.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
Take a guess.
Yeah.
What makes... Okay, go... yeah, okay, another clue.
He has a cape.
Is it the Blue Bard?
Okay.
He has a cape. Okay.
He's got a skirt on.
What?
The Mountain?
No. He's
Okay.
not a musician. He doesn't have long hair.
Oh, is it?
I was just thinking that he was wearing a skirt. I was thinking Tabard. Oh!
I think I've worked it out.
Matt, you've got... Do you want to guess off that or do you want the last clue?
I'll take the last clue. This one's insane.
He's number 3.
He's number 3?
Yep.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I know, damn it. I know it.
Okay. Question of clarification. Is it a unique character?
Yes, these are all unique characters.
Okay. All right, I'm going to take a guess with that last clue.
Okay.
Is it House of Thorns, Knight of Flowers?
No.
No, the Hound.
No.
Oh, really?
Again, he's not a musician.
I thought it was Mance Raider was my other thought.
Mance Raider would have been a good guess. It is Darian, the new Night's Watch character who triggers off song events. I told you good luck.
Oh.
Why was that shown?
I don't know. I'd like to point out at this point I had nothing to do with which cards were chosen for this.
Dave picked out the cards for her.
Right.
And that's before Darian was even properly spoiled. Like, that was from part of him from a spoiler fan.
I bet Dave was using Deck of Thrones, I bet. Okay.
Yeah. Last one. This one is a little... like it's certainly a lot easier than the last one, let's put it that way. Okay, so first clue. He has a sword.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume you want more. You're not going to go for it.
Yeah.
Second clue. He likes purple.
Who the hell is purple on them? A pass.
Pass.
Okay.
Yes.
One of my favourite clues. Clue number 3. He lives in the sun.
Likes purple.
Oh.
He has
I have Joe.
Yep.
Bastard of God's Grace?
No. Good guess.
He has a sword, lives in the sun, he likes purple.
Yeah.
Okay. Pass.
Pass.
Okay. Fourth clue. He looks like my little brother.
Wait, that's unfair.
Bobby looks a lot like me, not that that's really helping me right about now.
Okay. Thanks for that.
He looks like my little brother. Likes purple, has a sword. Oh, what's his bloody name? Pass. Oh, I think I know who it is, so I can't think of his bloody name.
Matt, do you want to have a guess, or should I do the last clue?
Last clue. I've got nothing.
He's a boy in armour.
Oh, okay, so that. I'm glad I didn't guess.
Is
That's
it?
wrong.
Yeah.
Has a
Boy in
sword.
armor. Looks like her little brother.
I've got
lives
it.
lives in the sand and purple.
I thought it was lives in the sun.
Lives in the
Yeah,
sun.
he lives in the sun.
Lives in the sun.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah.
Edric Dane?
Edric Dane is the correct answer.
Oh, dang it! Yes.
Right, because he's
Of
wearing
course.
purple.
He is. He's a boy in armour with a sword who is wearing purple.
But he
Wow.
doesn't look like
in the
Ben.
sun.
He doesn't literally live in the sun. I think we can agree that.
Well, that was an interesting eye-opener.
Yeah, thank you very much to Jess for providing some wonderful clues.
I will say the other day in the car we were trying to give her coaching on how to describe things because she wasn't quite sure of the subject, and so that whole when you start saying he is a man, I was like, oh no, she's taking this too literally, hasn't she?
No, and thank you, Jess, for inspiring our alt art series that will be coming in 2018.
Christmas
That
Mail.
does sound like a genuinely good idea.
Christmas Melisandre sounds pretty hilarious.
Joe, I don't know, Joe, if you've sorted out the art for the Brighton Charity Joust for 2018 yet.
But,
got an option.
Christmas Mail, I think it's got a bit. It's near Easter, isn't it? So what can we have? Easter.
Christmas Mel is timeless, let's be fair.
Yeah.
It's true.
She's baking gingerbread. She's making.
Right. So, at the end of that round, due to Ben and Matt scoring almost nothing between them, it's brought it all up close again. Ben and Matt are joint on 10, and Joe has 12.
Woo.
Okay then.
That's all because you got Tywin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally 8 of the 10 points scored in that round were you getting Tywin.
He's important.
She's not wrong.
So for round 3, we have the Royal Rumble, which is the UK throne scene, particularly in 2017, but not entirely. So this first question is a two-parter. And I just mentioned the Brighton Charity Joust, and would you believe it? The Brighton Charity Joust, near the start of the year, had 29 players and a top 8 cut. Who won, and where did he or she finish at the end of Swiss?
Joe.
Joe just about got there first.
Ooh.
Daniel Kay came 9th.
He did come 9th, and he won in the top 8 cut.
Almost as if this was my event.
Yeah, if you got that one wrong, that would be funny.
I would have got the Swiss bit wrong, in all fairness.
Okay, so this is another two-parter, 1 point for each. How many times did I lose to Josh in tournament games this year? And how many times did I beat Josh in tournament games this year?
Joe,
Yep.
is it you beat him twice, lost once?
No.
Matt,
Yep.
did you beat him once and lose 3 times?
No.
I'm going to go with you beat him twice and lost 3 times.
You guys all have far too much faith in me. He beat me 4 times and I didn't beat him a single time.
Okay.
I was trying to remember. All I could remember was nationals and the regionals. So I was only thinking 3 games. I thought you'd won the national game, but now I remember you lost it.
Yeah.
Well, we have. This just tells us how much faith we have in you, James.
Yeah. That's what I need to do is break down boundaries, teach you about how good the Northern guys really are. At least
You need to-
specifically Josh when he plays me.
Yeah, you need to preface anything with Josh as what mood was he in?
Well, that's the thing, is it was inconsistent across the weekend. Like, one of those games particularly stands out for me because we were both 2-0 at the time, and this was in a regional where we were both 2-0, and Josh was so sure that I was going to beat him that he was genuinely considering dropping from the tournament at 2-0 in a regional just so that he could keep his undefeated streak against me and then still beat me. It's I can't control anything about it. One of those was him beating me on cards in deck. Yeah. It's a genuine curse. Okay, next question. In 2017, how many Brits, and I'm using Brits as in people that I would claim are Brits, made at least the top 4 at a Road to Starluck event? And because getting the exact number is difficult, I'm going the closest guess without going over.
How many Brits made the top?
So you can each have a guess.
Top 4 and Road to Starluck.
Yeah, made at least top 4 at a Road to Starluck event in 2017.
Oh, I think I might have it.
Okay.
Is Starluck count?
No, that's not a Road to Starluck.
I'm checking.
I am not one of these people. I will give you that for free.
Okay, that lowers my guess by 1.
I've got... All right, Joe.
Yep.
5.
Okay, so Joe guesses 5. Anyone want to have another guess?
9.
Ben goes 9, and Matt.
I'm gonna do like the Price is Right, and I'm gonna bid 0, and then see.
But it was less.
So basically, less than 5.
You should have done the other Price is Right thing and go 1 higher than somebody, because the correct answer is 8.
Oh.
Those 8 are Darren, who won Blackwater, Costas and Kevin, who both made the top 4 at Blackwater.
Yep.
Costas, right?
Then Wedge, who won whatever the Scottish one was called.
Siege of Winterfell.
Oh, that's right.
Siege of Winterfell.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Evan and Sweeney, who both made the top 4 at Siege of Winterfell. Rebecca,
Blanked on that.
Yep.
Rebecca, who was top 4 at Dockside Brothel Days, and Ryan, who was top 4 at Battaya.
All 3 I forgot were all Siege of Winterfell. I got every other one.
Right.
I forgot Scotland.
I was thinking, when you said 5, I'm like, that doesn't sound right, because I'm sure it was like 3 in both the UK ones.
Yeah, I remembered the 3 from Blackwater, Dockside, and Battala.
Man, why did I blank on Scotland?
Yeah, weren't you there?
Yeah, I was there.
And yeah, for anyone listening who's questioning, yes, of course, Costas and Evan are British. How dare you suggest they're not British? Okay, so Joe was the closest without going over there with 5.
Oh,
so
without
2
going
points to
over.
Joe.
Damn. Over by 1.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is a nice little personal one for the cast. 2 points to whoever can tell me correctly. According to Isle of Ravens, what is Ben's competitive record against Joe?
Without looking it up.
Ben. 3-1.
3-1 is not correct.
Damn.
Joe,
Yep.
like 5-2.
Also not correct.
Have we played that many times?
I remember you beat me a lot. I don't know how many orange has to
I
be.
know I've got a winning
I'm
record against Ryan.
I'm gonna take a wild guess then. I'm gonna take a wild guess to 2-2.
No, it is 4 wins to Ben and 1 win to Joe.
Oh, that's so close.
And before you ask, no, I didn't look up which tournaments got those results. If you want to look that up in your own time, feel free.
I'm trying to remember which one I won. I remember plenty of the ones I lost. Which one did I win? You beat me at Euros, you beat me at Aldershot.
Cardiff. I beat you at Cardiff.
Yeah. What did I win?
You guys can do this in a little bit. There's a round coming up in a little bit that should give you plenty of time to look stuff up.
Oh, God.
So, Next question. Other than yours truly, what scrub is the only person to win multiple regionals in the UK this year?
Joe.
Yep.
Ishian.
Correct.
That's right. Great Joey Reigns.
See, the problem's in my head, I still imagine Issyn always loses in finals.
He just made so many that he still won 2.
Enough shots on goal, you'll eventually score some.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, Joe is cleaning up in this round.
He is.
Is so in tune with like the people of.
I went to a lot of tournaments this year.
This is also true. Yeah.
Joe Zimmer is man of the people, confirmed.
Yes.
Okay, 2 more questions. So we'll start with the one that you almost certainly won't get. Or maybe you will. I don't know. Let's find out. In 2015 and 2016, the Paramore Invitational event was won by Dave Bamford. Who won in 2017?
Joe.
Yep.
Josh.
No.
Ben.
Yep.
Alex Hines?
No.
I remember because I remember what the prize was, but I couldn't remember. I'm now trying to remember who got it.
All right. Taking a wild guess here.
Yep. Dave
Bamford.
It's a good guess, but the correct answer is nobody because it got delayed to 2018.
Was I right in what I was thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking.
It was the tournament for your.
Oh no, that was Hear Our Vows.
I thought that was still the Dornish, the Paramore Invitational. Just
no,
different reason, right?
Yeah, no, that was won by Reese, and should have been a question in this. Now that I think about it, damn.
It's like your wedding, yeah, always.
Okay, so the last question of the round. As we all know, Darren choked in the final of the UK Nationals against Evan, like a fan of breath play who ate his lunch in one big mouthful, then entered a room filled with smoke. But what was his lead before it all went tragically wrong for him?
Ben.
Matt just about got there first.
14-1.
No, that's not what I've got. Ben?
13-2.
No.
Oh, God. Is it 14-2?
No, you were all so close to having it correct. He had 2 leads that I would have taken as the correct answer, 13-1 or 14-3.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I only commentated on the final, why would I know?
I mean, to be fair, you all were very close. You were all
we all knew it was one wall trigger off.
Yeah.
Just couldn't, and that Evan had like nothing.
Yeah. I just remember the important bit, which was the Ironback will have his due into Chikaris with Eamon.
That game is amazing.
the look of Darren's body language when it's at the Ironback will have his due gets played, it's just like, oh.
Yeah. It's just a massive oh. Okay, so at the end of that round, another round in which only Joe scored points.
Yeah.
Joe's now leading 18 plays 10 plays 10.
Oh, man. Okay, I've got to get this one back. All right, let's get some Spice Girls questions.
Next up, it's not Spice Girls, but it is song related in the name of the round and the name of the round only. It is Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
This round is reviews from Card Game DB that might not have stood the test of time so well.
Oh, man.
Oh, I bet I already know one of these.
These are all from 2017. And they're each worth 3 points. I'm going to give you a quote from a review. In one case, I'm going to give you the entire review because it's just a fantastic quote. All I'm looking for is the name of the card. Okay. You can have the name of the card for 3 points. I'm going to give a bonus point if you can give me who gave the quote and what the rating was.
Oh, wow.
I've just decided that on the fly.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
But the main thing I'm looking for is the name of the card being talked about. And they're going to be worth 3 points a pop. So first up, we have one of in any Targ aggro kill deck. One of in any Targ aggro kill deck.
In 2017.
Yes.
And these are reviews that were wrong.
Well, I mean, that's for history to decide.
Ben.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Astapor?
No. Good guess, but no.
Matt.
Yep.
Grey Worm?
No.
Joe?
Yep.
House of the Undying?
No, they're all... I think... Was House of the Undying this year?
I think you might have just been at the end, like the start of the year.
Fair enough. Oh, for the sake of avoiding confusion for the following ones, these are all going to be Cycle 3 or the Night's Watch box.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just to make it easier for the future. The correct answer was Slavers Bay Port. One off the any Targ aggro kill deck.
Can we guess the reviewer now?
Sure, go for it.
James Walmsley.
No. Say anything that daft.
2 out of 5?
It was a 3 out of 5
3 out of
from
5.
Stefan von Wibble Fotheringham.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that not net defining card for 2 or 3 months.
You know, a one-off in the Targ aggro kill deck. Second quote. Lanny should continue its reign of terror that hasn't really abated since the core set release, with about 2 copies of this attachment in most decks.
Joe.
Yep.
Fever Dreams.
Correct.
Well done.
That's the only card that Lanny got, I think, in this cycle. Everyone was like, that's good.
Was the Boy King this cycle? No, that was last cycle.
Yeah, and yet Joel just put it as the was it like the 12th best card out of 14 in his review. So was the score 5?
It was only a 4, despite that quote.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Reign of Terror? That should be like a 6 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty high bar.
Okay, next one. This will be broken and will provide us with a few good lists.
Ben.
Yep.
Flea Bottom.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe.
Yep.
Annals.
No.
Okay, so cards that someone would think would be potentially super broken, but may or may not. Okay, I got to guess.
Yep.
High Garden Minstrel.
No.
Oh, okay.
Astroport?
No. The correct answer is Alliance.
Well, hold on now. You know, we got the Baratheon Alliance deck out of it. In all
fairness, broken does work both ways.
No, it doesn't.
A card can be broken because it's so bad it's unusable.
So you get broken like Flea Bottom, or to make an L5R reference, you get broken like the original version of Pit Trap.
Yeah. you get broken like Martel out of Core.
Yeah, broken like King's Blood.
Right.
Alliance, well, yeah.
So yeah, that was from Ruben Barney Barnhoven. Rating of 4, despite again saying that it will be broken. Next up, this is quite a long one, so I'm only going to read it through once. Quite simply, the best new Night's Watch card in the whole box, and that's saying something, as this new box has a lot of strong cards. A super versatile location that enhances your draw and adds flexibility. Yeah,
the new gift.
The new gift is the correct one. I'm going to read the rest of the quote anyway.
Okay.
So a super versatile location that enhances your draw and adds flexibility to your economy. Becomes absolutely immense with satin on the table. Can be reduced with fealty and can be used with holder and still work. Yes, please. This goes in every Night's Watch deck to some degree. Unless you're literally not running stewards. Even then, you should probably go put some stewards in your deck and run this card. Amazing.
It looked so good when it came in the box. It apparently was the wrong gift.
In all fairness, it did look broken. But the fact that my steward range deck does not run it.
Yeah, because I think it's because Night's Watch got their 2 gold location, Underground Vault, and then it's like we don't need money ever again.
There was a gift that was triggered a lot this year. It was not that.
Yeah, and I hear that one also. The reviewers were totally wrong on that gift as well.
It did take a year. It did take almost a year for them to be wrong.
But some of us saw it coming. Some of us thought, this is going to happen eventually. Yeah.
But yeah, does anyone for a bonus point want to guess who gave that quote? I think you can probably guess
Joe.
the rate. Yep.
Joe from Cincinnati.
No.
Dan K?
The obvious one.
Dan K is the correct answer then.
Oh yeah, they let him do it, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Night's Watch stuff.
That
sounds like Dan K.
I was about to say, I remember him being like really hyped that this card was going to like define the meta for years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dan, so stupid.
Love you, Dan.
I hear he's so ashamed of that review he's leaving the country over it.
Yes, I've heard. That's the reason.
Wilderness.
Yeah.
So, last one. As it is, this is terminal binder fodder. And from the way she's working that barge pole, we think that even she doesn't know what she's supposed to be doing.
What?
Why is she working that barge pole?
Terminal binder fodder, and this is somebody who this is a wrong review.
Well, I mean that's for you to judge, right?
From
She's doing that fine. He's cheating. Keyboard's going.
Terminal binder fodder.
If you want, I can look it up, find the quote, and extend it slightly.
Please.
Bear with me while I go looking.
Orphan of the Green Blood.
Orphan of the Green Blood is the right answer.
Oh, well done. I thought that was a man.
I mean, gender neutral, I guess.
I just thought it was male.
Yes. I'm guessing 1 out of 5 was the score.
1 out of 5 was the score. Who do you think gave that review?
Von Wibble.
Nope.
You?
Yeah. The Quill and Tankards gave that review. Not one of our better ones.
I was thinking. I knew there has to be one that was you guys, but you being self-deprecating about yourselves.
Yeah, of course. It was always going to be the last one. Was going to be me. You can tell because it was from the way she's working that barge pole. We think she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
And in all fair, it was one of those cards when I first looked at it. It was hard to work out exactly how good she was gonna. I wouldn't know say she's amazing, but
she's not amazing, but she's definitely not terminal binder fodder.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If you want a quick aside, I found out what the one game I won against Ben was.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And it was in a draft tournament. That's the only one it's got recorded for me.
Awesome.
Oh, you killed him in that draft, Joe. Well done.
And Joe, that's the only game of draft I've ever lost.
I'll take that, I guess.
I'm like 12-1 in draft. I don't understand how, but
Man.
all right.
Okay, so that was the end of that round. Joe's on 24 points, Ben on 15, and Matt bringing up the rear with 10. The next round, Matt, if you play your cards right, you could get 108 points. I will say I don't expect you to.
But it is a possibility.
It's literally possible.
Oh man, you got me on the edge of my seat.
And a round that can get this many points has to be called WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, what this is going to be is I've got 3 decks that sort of, in my opinion, were sort of brought to prominence or have prominent things associated with them in the year 2017. I'm going to give you like a description of what that deck is. I'm going to tell you how many different cards are in it, including faction agenda plots.
Okay.
And you're each going to bid for how many cards you think you can name from that deck.
What?
Have you ever seen the TV show Wipeout?
Yes.
It's basically that. So you're just going to give me a bid. You can, it can be an auction. You can keep bidding higher and higher. Whoever gives the highest bid is going to try and name that many cards from that deck.
Okay.
And you get a point for each card you get correct. But if you run out of cards or get one wrong, then you get 0 points.
Ooh.
So it's high risk, high reward.
I like this. Push your luck.
Yeah. And between these 3 decks, there are 108 different cards. So theoretically, Matt, if you have a freakish encyclopedic knowledge or cheat, you could be in the money here.
Well, I may or may not have memorized the deck you beat me with at Stalek.
Spoilers, that might help you in a moment. So, first one of the defining types of deck in 2017 has been Annals of the Castle Black combo decks.
Oh, shit.
They've caused so many stupid debates and arguments and memes and goings on that I've literally quit the Facebook group over them.
You're not the only one.
The originator was, of course, the Hyper Viper. So I have taken it was originated first by Nick Hansen in America and then by Brenu in France, and it won a tournament in Italy, and obviously later on was taken to Worlds by a large group of people. However, the version I have chosen to base this off is the one that Joel Pearson won the Bristol Regional with. It has 31 different cards in it. How many do you think you can name?
I'll start the bidding.
Yep.
1.
Optimistic.
Well, no, we keep bidding up, don't we?
Yeah, that's not your only bid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Just to keep things realistic.
Okay, Joe, do you want to go higher or pass?
I'll go for 10. So I think I can do that route.
Okay.
I'm gonna bid 20.
20. 31 cards.
20 out of 31.
Yeah.
And is that if you get one wrong in it, it's all gone?
If he gets a single one wrong, he scores 0 points. But if he can name 20, he'll get 20 points.
All right,
Unless
Ben.
Ben or Joe bid higher.
I
20,
raise you. I see your 1. I raise you 19. All right, over to you, Ben.
21.
21.
God. 22.
Oh, he's going for it. Matt?
23.
23 out of 31.
24.
If I don't go for it, am I going to get a chance later, or is it the person who bids highest is the only person who gets to go?
Yeah, I haven't thought this through, have I? There's no incentive.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's normally the next highest bid then gets to carry on going. That's how these games normally work. So there is a downside.
Okay, what I'm going to say is I'm just going to say if you are one of the two not going for it and the other person fails, you each get 5 points.
There we
I'm
go.
just going to do a flat amount.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologise, I should have probably figured out all the rules before we started.
That's all right.
No worries.
What was Ben's bid again?
Ben's bid was 24.
Fine, 25.
Yeah.
Because I'll still be in the lead if I get it wrong.
You know what? I'm going to go for it. 26.
Okay.
Do I have an encyclopedic knowledge of that deck? Let's find out.
Well, first of all, let's find out if you need one. Ben, are you going to... Keep in mind, this is specifically the Joel Pearson list.
Yes, no, I've played the deck, so I'm just trying to... But that was a while ago.
Yeah.
What's the bid at the moment, sorry? 26.
It's 26.
27.
Damn it.
No, I'm not going higher.
Okay. Joe passes?
31 unique cards.
Yeah. Again, that's House Agenda, Plot, and Draw deck.
House Agenda, Plot, and Draw deck.
Plots as well. All right.
Yeah.
The plot.
I still couldn't do it, I don't think.
You know what? I don't know. Let's. All right, Ben. 28.
Okay. It's all yours.
Okay.
Now, you've got
Here
20,
we go.
And do it slow enough that I can count them off.
Okay, here we go. House Martell.
Correct.
Banner of the Rose.
Correct.
So I love you got it wrong on the first one. House Stark, wrong. Okay.
Okay, do I start with the plots or do I go straight into characters? Let's start with the characters. All right. Red Viper.
Correct.
Rattleshirts Raiders.
Correct.
High Septon.
Correct.
Did he have other characters? Probably. I'll come back to those.
Okay.
Crap. I'm painting myself into a corner already.
Don't worry, you've got 5, only 23 to go.
Only 23 to go. All right, here we go. All right, we'll move on to locations. Kings Road.
Correct.
Tower of the Sun.
Correct.
Did he have other locations? Oh, man, I'm really painting myself into a corner now.
We really shouldn't bid this high, should we?
No, we shouldn't.
I think this one might be a learning experience for the other two.
Yep. All right, moving on. Attachments. Crown of Golden Roses.
Correct.
Seal of the Hand.
Correct.
I don't think he had any others. All right, events. Here's the good stuff. The Bear and the Maiden Fair.
Correct.
A Rose of Gold.
Correct.
A Gift of Arbor Red.
Correct.
Vengeance for Ilya.
No.
Oh no! I meant You Murdered Her Children. Oh no!
It was also you're burning on the sand rather than Vengeance for Ilya.
No. I was thinking You Murdered Her Children. You know,
Well,
because
you just said the wrong one, did you?
Yeah.
Can I keep going?
I'm happy.
I'll let your competitors be the judge of whether you can keep going.
I'm happy to go because I still don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, go on. You can go on a bit longer.
Okay, so You Murdered Her Children.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You Murdered Her Children. You know.
Okay.
Because
Be
that's
careful.
scene.
That's your final warning.
Okay. Yeah. You know, because the scene. You know,
That
the
was
Viper
Vengeance,
scene.
in all fairness.
Yeah. That's... Okay. All right. So You Murdered Her Children. All right.
In the game.
Okay. Here we go. Nightmares.
Correct.
It's Judgment.
Correct.
Okay. He had some more. The Dornishman's Wife.
Correct.
Okay. Pretty sure he had some more events in there. Dragon's Tail.
Correct.
Okay. How many am I up to?
You are up to 4, 8, 9, 10, 15, 17. So you've still got 11 to go.
11 to go. Okay. All right, let's move on to plots for a sec. Let's take a little side journey.
Okay.
Valor Morghulis.
Correct.
Close Call.
Correct.
The Annals of Castle Black.
Correct. That would have been a bad one to miss.
Counting Coppers.
Correct.
Didn't even have other plots.
I mean, he had other plots. He had 7 plots.
Yeah, but do they even matter? Oh, The Long Plan?
Correct.
Okay. Did he have any others that mattered so I would remember them? Probably not. Okay, how many do I have left? I have
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 9 cards you haven't guessed, so you've got to get 6 out of the remaining 9.
Okay. All right. Whew, I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Okay. Let's see. I know he had other events. In Doran's Name?
No.
Oh!
It was Last of the Giants?
He had Last of the Giants, yeah.
Yep.
And Varys, likewise, is a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Syrio Farrell.
He did have Syrio Farrell.
Oh.
He didn't have Wilding Scouts, did he?
He did.
He did have both. Okay, I couldn't remember. That's one I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember Syria or Wilding Scouts.
Did he have Tourney Grounds?
He had Tourney Grounds, yeah.
Yeah. Rose
That's
Roads?
the one I was
No
forgetting.
Rose
Yeah.
Roads, no.
No.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah, he had Isle of Ravens.
That was it, yeah.
Then Burning on the Sand, Ben mentioned, but Matt didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't totally sure that he actually had that one.
He did.
He did.
That's what's written down.
His Viper Eyes was the other event, and then the last plot was Forgotten Plans.
Oh.
I was wondering if you were going to say Wills and forget what time it came out.
No. I knew what time period it was. I knew it.
Right.
Well, I thought
It's
I
a
did
learning
okay.
experience, though, guys. Maybe we don't want to
Yeah.
get so high.
I thought I did okay. I got up
You
to
did,
what,
you-
like 25?
You did well.
Yeah, congrats, but now we've got 5 points each.
Damn it.
Yes. Well, that's true. I've forgotten that. Thanks for
Go
reminding me.
go team, not Matt.
Right. Next one. And Matt might have a slightly unfair advantage here because he played against it recently. It's the Builders.
Well, in all fairness, we've all played against the Builders a lot.
This is true. Matt played against this exact list because I'm going with the list that I made top 4 at Starlight with.
I'm trying to work out how different that's going to be from Adam Eastis from Northampton the other week.
I have
think-
absolutely no idea.
I don't think it's that different. How many unique cards?
There are 35 different cards
Okay.
across Faction Agenda, Plot, and Draw Deck.
20.
20.
25.
25.
How many cards were there?
35 different ones. So.
Out of 35, can I guess 27? Yeah, I'll bid 27.
Okay.
28.
30. I'm
30,
only
yeah.
concerned for the podcast at this point. I'm just listing cards off.
I'll fold.
Folding it. Okay. Ben?
I did not, in fact memorize your
There's
deck.
30 out of 37 you've gone.
35.
35.
Yeah.
Go on then, Joe.
Okay, Joe.
Okay. Was it? If I repeat it, is that wrong, or do I? And can I write them down as I go?
You can write them down as you go if you'd like.
Okay. And plot and agenda count, yeah?
Faction, agenda, plot, and draw.
Okay. So, Night's Watch.
Correct.
Kings of Summer.
Correct.
Nightmares.
Correct.
The Watch Has Need.
Correct. I'm stalling at 4.
I'm trying to remember it as I'm going. Okay, so The Wall.
Yep.
What, really?
Gift, or Brandon's Gift.
Yep.
Castle Black.
Yep.
Underground Vault.
Yep.
Isle of Ravens.
Yep.
Flea Bottom.
Yep.
Let's move on to characters.
Yeah. There may have been some characters.
Oh no, let's go attachments. Milk of the Poppy.
Yep.
Craven.
Yep.
Practice Blade.
Yep.
Alright, so get characters then.
Okay.
Now I'm not going to remember all the builders' names. Baron Builder.
Yep.
Dolores Ed.
Yep.
Eamon.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Castle Black Mason.
Yep.
God, what are their bloody names? I've got them all pictured image-wise, but I'm now trying to go which one's which.
They're nameless, faceless men of the Night's Watch.
Howder.
Yep.
I think Abandoned Stronghold.
Yep.
I thought you'd forgotten that.
Yeah, and Eastwatch.
Yep. Do you want to be more specific?
By the Sea.
Yep.
Steward at the Wall.
No.
How is it not? Fuck.
No steward at the wall.
What?
5 points!
What?
I was not going to remember each one's
It
name
was
by the end.
was it Builder that was still?
I know, yeah, I know that, but I wasn't sure stewards were there as well.
Yeah, builder at the wall. No stewards.
Okay.
Then the other characters were Eastwatch Carpenter, as well as the one by the sea.
Yeah.
That's the one I forgot.
Grizzled Miner, Shadow Tower Mason, Swarm Brother, and Messenger Raven. From the locations, you also missed the Haunted Forest and the Shadow Tower. And then you didn't get to plots, but they were Calm Over Westeros, Close Call, Confiscation, Counting Coppers, Duel for the Watch, and Trade Routes.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember if you were on Haunted Forest or not. Basically, I was sat there going, I've played your builders list the other week, just picturing the Friends DB list in my head, going through it. Going, there's three events. Like, there was one more event, wasn't there?
No.
Or am I misremembering that? Was it only 2? Okay.
So 5 points to Ben and Matt. Ben is cleaning up this round by passing.
It's just like my tower tactics. You don't get involved, you can't lose.
So they can Ben do this next one, yeah?
Cool, it's going to be one then.
All right. Let's hear
What
it.
is it?
I wanted to read out the deck description of this last one, but Thrones DB seems like it might be down.
Friends DB has been really slow all day.
Oh,
But I get a feeling I know what it is.
all right, I want to know what you think it is.
It's got to be Tyro Range, surely.
No.
Oh.
I would have thought it would have been the Joe Miranda list if you're going to read out a description.
I may be about to do this.
Which one's...
That wasn't a prominent list of 2017. I mean, Greyjoy Reigns had a much better year than that.
It made for a prominent meme of the year.
Oh, okay.
What was it?
It was
I
notable
picked
in 2017 for the deck description. I'm just trying to find the deck description just so it can be read out in its glory.
Does that man even play anymore?
I think they're all they're quick competitors.
He was at Red Saturday, I think.
Okay.
Oh god, there's so many fucking things in this memes page. It's a place where I know where it is. Getting there.
That's right.
Maybe.
Editing's good. So, while we're filling time, as I'd say, I'm wearing my Christmas jumper. I've put the Die Hard one to bed for the rest of the year because I felt a bit inappropriate wearing it at school. Funny enough. So now I've gone for my less offensive one, which is my Deadpool Christmas jumper. Which just says, what's it? Merry... Whatever the things are next to eat. My brain's gone dead. And I'm struggling to read upside down. But yeah.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Getting.
It was the point where Jess went up to me when it was like looking at the patterns and went, "Is that a man falling onto a police car, Daddy?" Yes, that is, Jess. What's that got to do with Christmas when you're older, Jess? But it is the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
It is. That is a fact, everyone. That is a fact.
It's not Christmas till Hans Gruber's fallen from the tower.
That's right. Yeah.
Right, I've found it now. Good timing. So the quote is, so this is the deck description. "This is the deck I used to win Dance of Dragons yesterday, the largest North American regional tournament. Play the good cards plus play well equals win. Play Tears of Lys. Play 3 of them every single time.
Okay, so
I saw
guessing
even
one
very
card.
good players playing absolutely unplayable trash, and yet no one played Tears of Lys against me the entire day. If you can find room for garbage like Isle of Ravens, Close Call, and Heads on Spikes, surely you can make room for a card that is the best kill spell in the game and on a very short list for best card in the game.
2 of those are plots. How's that affect your draw deck?
Or don't, and I'll keep murdering people with 3 X-Greg or Cleganes. I
Yeah,
suppose the choice is yours."
Yeah, don't try to understand this man.
So is this is Lanny Dragon?
Well, I mean, that's one of the things you'll have to guess.
I've got a clue. We all knew the other ones.
So, I mean, well, then bid lower. So
Okay.
this is 42 different cards. So, who wants to go guessing first?
Over to you, Ben.
2.
You?
Bidding 2.
Well, you said Sir Gregor Clegane and Tears of Lys, so
3.
Oh, damn, 3. The Lannister House card, of course.
Too late, you did 2. Joe?
Damn it.
3.
3. Okay. Matt?
Moving things along, I will see your 3 and raise you 7 more for 10.
10. Ben?
11.
11.
15.
15 from Joe.
20.
20 from Matt.
Oh, was it me, sorry?
Yeah.
Did you say 20?
Yeah.
21.
21 from Ben.
22. Why not? That'll be my last
22
try.
from Joe. Matt?
25.
25.
Oh, yeah, it's a Lannister deck. How hard can it be?
Well, what's the agenda?
I think I know what the agenda is.
It's got to be dragons, surely. 'Cause that's, Dance of Dragons, is that at the end or beginning of the year?
That was in, like, May, I think.
No, maybe it isn't Dragon. Dragon died off by then. Was it Reigns?
I mean,
That's
you might
part
be
of the
spoiling the
question.
game.
You might have to bid first.
So what's the...
The current bid was it 25 you bid, Matt?
25. Yeah.
26.
He doesn't even know the agenda.
No.
All right, Joe, over to you.
I'm out. I'm not. I want to get this moving.
All right, 27. How high can you go, Ben?
Well, I've not done one. It's 28 because I've not done one.
Should I just
29.
give 5 points to Joe now while you guys keep...
Imagine.
29.
Especially as if I get it, I'm getting agenda first, so it might be quick.
Yeah, can we just let Ben do it just for that?
30.
Just see if he gets it immediately wrong.
I mean, that's up to Matt.
Okay, we'll see how this one. We'll see how the bidding turns out.
Okay, so Matt's bid 29.
30.
30.
31.
33.
35. No, 34.
35.
36.
Out
can
of
have it,
42 cards.
36. It's a Lannister deck. How hard can it be?
You can have it, Matt. I was going to do it for the bants, but you can have it.
All right.
Matt is either going to be winning by so much or losing by so much.
Yes.
Okay.
But,
36
first,
out of 42. Go for it, Matt.
okay, so it's going to be House Lannister, and I will let Ben, for a point. Can you guess the agenda?
Reigns?
You
Give one of
can't
my
do that.
Reigns?
Yep, that's my guess too. I believe it's Reigns of Castamere.
It is the Reigns of Castamere.
Good job, Ben.
Okay.
Good job, Ben. Okay, House Lannister, Reigns of Castamere. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Down. How many did you say in the end?
40?
35, was it?
35, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so 33 to go.
Okay. Tywin Lannister,
Correct.
Tyrion Lannister,
Correct.
Cersei Lannister,
Correct.
Jaime Lannister, Sir Jaime Lannister,
Correct. I'd have taken Jaime Lannister.
Yeah, mate.
Sir Gregor Clegane.
Correct.
Okay, let's get Tears of Lys out of the way.
Best killed spell in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Back up to the Hound.
Correct.
What's the little guy? I can't remember the producer's name. It's just blanking. Okay, we'll go back up to the top.
Reducing, not blanking.
Yeah, we'll go back up to the top here. Okay, here we go. This is the middle part. The middle part is when things get a little dicey because then people can actually change out their cards. Yeah, it's the middle part. Well, we'll say Grandmaster Pycelle.
No.
You gotta be kidding me!
Whoa.
You did
Oh,
35 and you got 9 correct.
He doesn't even have Grandmaster Pycelle. What the hell kind of Lannister player is this
Matt,
guy?
surely, as soon as Reigns right, you go, Paris' Riddle, Filthy Accusation, Power Behind the Throne,
Just kidding.
probably March to the Wall, because it's Lannister.
I was trying to get to the characters first. Seriously?
I like how Ben almost got as many just then as...
Wildfire, Noble Cause?
Did anyone actually say Tears of Lys? I zoned out a little.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's
did. Yeah, he did.
Okay,
I just
thank
like
God.
his list. Yeah.
So I won the round by not doing anything.
Yes. Yeah, Ben
I can't
got
believe
15
he doesn't
from
play
that round.
Grandmaster Pycelle. Like, what?
Your eyes were bigger than your stomach. Should have bid lower. If you bid more reasonably, you might have got some major points, but instead...
No, if I bid 10, I would have messed up because I would have guessed Grandmaster
Yes,
Pycelle.
true.
Okay. To be fair, if you only had 10 to get, I'm guessing you might not have started with mid-range characters.
No, you might have gone the obvious 3 or 4 plots are in every single Reigns deck.
And just to help you out, Matt, the reducer is called Lannisport Merchant.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was confusing it with the moneylender. Yeah.
The Blanca.
So, at the end of that round, Matt is lagging slightly behind on 15.
Damn it.
But up the top, it's reasonably close with Ben on 30 and Joe on 34.
Oh, damn it, Joe
Yeah.
Mirando.
Is this the worst thing he's ever done for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the worst thing he's ever done.
No, it's not the worst. It's the
Grandmaster
second worst. The
Pycelle.
worst thing he's done for me is win worlds with a stupid Lannister deck. So so that way, the sweet alt-art cards of the year are not Baratheon cards.
Oh, I thought you were going to say win worlds with a deck that only had 2 copies of Nightmares.
Yeah, bastard.
That's the third worst.
In all fairness, what's it? Reinhard only had 2 flea bottoms. 2. I mean, seriously, someone have a word with that man.
Well, so all to play for 2 of you going into the last round.
Yeah.
Also, Matt, I'm going to say you should still try, just because currently a third of your total points came from Joe failing to guess the builders list. So just for personal pride, keep your head up.
Oh no, I'm in it to win it. It's like they say, it's never over until Final Jeopardy.
I mean, that was the round where you could have clawed it back. I'll score
Yeah,
that.
well,
This is just a regular round.
Joe Mirando is a terrible player.
The last round is Battleground, and this is the podcasts. And I've put the note in for this entire round. I'm only considering the rounds that their main language is English. This isn't out of some Anglo bias. It's literally because it means I'll have a clue what the fuck they're talking about.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay. So, first question for 2 points. Which long-running podcast dating back to first edition produced its final episode this year?
Ben.
Damn it.
Beyond the Wall.
Beyond the Wall is correct. A podcast that Matt has appeared on multiple times.
Point of order. They never specifically declared it was their final episode. They just haven't produced anything since.
They made it pretty clear.
No. They never specifically declared. They, if memory serves, Alexander was saying that they were going to do on occasion podcasts.
How's that working out?
It's not happening, but they never declared it was the final episode.
Okay.
Well, they missed their future podcast episode.
Yeah.
But they went into the future of their own podcast and then didn't release that episode.
Yeah.
They should literally have just, when the Martel article came out, just released that bit of the episode again.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't.
Well, we know what happened. They created a time paradox, and they poofed out of existence.
It wasn't the Martel books, was it? It was the fourth cycle preview article. But yeah, anyway, the point is, for the sake of this quiz question, it was their final
they're out.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my favourite one, but bar us, of course.
I will say for this next question, there's going to be 1 point for each one you get correct. However, there is going to be a 5-point forfeit for one specific wrong answer.
Joe, just let Matt talk.
Yeah, way up how big and important it is.
In order, what are the 3 longest running podcasts that are still going?
Ben.
Yep. And you can start from either the longest or third longest, as long as you specify which one you're doing.
The longest is the White Book.
Second longest?
The second longest is... This is the English-speaking podcast.
Yes.
Banter.
And the third?
Is it currently still producing episodes?
Yes.
Is it us?
It is.
Way!
That's what I was thinking.
You get 1 point for the Southron Bannermen and -5 for saying the White Book's the longest, because as we all know, the White Book started after Banter Behind the Throne. They just started on episode 180 odd or whatever it was.
What?
Yeah.
So you lost points.
What?
So you get -4 for that.
Good.
There used to be a podcast called Two Champs and a Chump.
Right.
Oh.
And then it stopped.
Right.
And the White Book started.
I don't care. I'm so happy that we're number 3.
Oh, I got a question. Is Great Beards of Westeros number 4?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
It might be Decklist and Chill around. They started just a little bit after us, I thought.
They've not done an episode for quite a while, though, have they?
But are they considered still going?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was tempted to do a question on this. A few months ago, Decklist and Chill started a plan of doing an episode a month on each faction. When did they last release an episode? To which the answer is early September.
Somebody better call Dan.
I figured I already gave Dan enough stick with the new gift quote from before.
That's true.
Okay, next question. How many House Florent Knights should you run in your deck, and why?
Matt.
Yep.
16. Because why not?
You get 1 point out of 2. The correct answer is
Ben?
16.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that because there's a House Florent agenda?
No, that's a reference.
Okay.
That's a reference to this, which is that on the 16th episode of Great Beards of Westeros, Samuel Linder proclaimed that it was episode 16 because it was one episode for each House Florent Knight you should run in your deck.
You knew the 16.
In all fairness,
all I knew was it was Great Beards reference. That was about it.
In all fairness, also there is now you can now run 3 more House Florent traded characters in your deck. As of tomorrow.
From the latest pack, yeah.
Yeah, not tomorrow, Thursday. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, which podcasts have a joust champion of Starlek, Gen Con, or Worlds, Joe? Any of those three? As a regular cast member.
Which podcasts, plural?
Yes, which podcasts have a joust champion of those, and you get a point for each one you get correct?
Joe.
Yes.
So, Great Beards.
Great Beards of Westeros has Jacob Holman.
Banter.
No.
Oh, no, I'm getting nationals. Can I go with my last answer quickly?
Maybe do it after the others, because they can have a go now.
Ben?
Yep.
The Second Sons?
The Second Sons have Chris Schoenthal.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
White Book?
Nope. So, Matt, there are still two more correct answers, Matt.
Okay, so...
I know it.
Okay, so there was Gen Con, Worlds, and Stalik?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I don't know my first edition history.
This is the two remaining ones are both second edition. If that
The two remaining ones are both second edition. Gen Con, Stalik, in second edition, and English speaking. The Wars to Come as Alex Black.
The Wars to Come does have Alex Black.
Okay.
Oh, God, I was listening to that episode of Blood on the White Book on the way back from Northampton.
As a regular host?
I'm going to give you a few more seconds, and then I'll throw it back open to the floor so Joe can buzz in.
All right, over to the floor.
Okay.
Now I'm going to be annoyed. Is it the Brotherhood without manners?
It is the Brotherhood without manners. Has
I
Joe.
wasn't sure if you counted them or not.
They don't exist in my lexicon.
I like how I managed to still get that slightly wrong when we're going for Bamford because I didn't listen.
Yeah. So, next question. Which podcast did this quiz idea last year and have had the concept shamelessly stolen?
Ben? Banter?
Correct for 2 points. And then the last question, and this is one that should be near and dear to all your hearts. You're going to get 2 points for each one of these you can name. And I'm going to do it sort of like as a separate question for each one until they're all gone. Other than the three of you and Ryan, you can get 2 points for each person you can name who's appeared on the Southron Bannermen this year.
Ben?
Yeah. Correct for 2 points.
Joe.
Yeah.
James Davetsky.
Correct for 2 points.
Ben? Darren
Yeah.
Hazelton?
Correct for 2 points.
That's true. I remember that
Ben?
episode.
Dan Kay?
Correct for 2 points.
Okay.
Oh, God's sake.
Ben George?
Correct for 2 points.
Joe.
Yep.
Becca.
Correct for 2 points.
Ben?
Yep.
Matt, because he was actually here before he was
I
regular
said
host.
other than the
you
three
did say
of you.
you, Dan. You did, yeah, but
Come on, Ben. I'm a regular host now.
That's true.
One day Ben will adjust to this. There's one more.
Ben, I say Ryan because it's been a while since he's been on.
Again, other than
I know.
Okay.
You're coming down with Joe disease. You're not listening to the question.
Who else? Who else was there? How many more guests have we had? This is terrible.
Until you get it right or until I get bored. Also, who gets this right does decide who wins the entire quiz. So
go on, Matt. You can win the whole quiz with us.
Yeah, Matt, you
so to up this one from 2 points to 30 points.
Oh, who else has been on the cast this year? All right, let's think about this.
Do they have to have actually been properly on it, or
Their
heard
voice
in it?
appeared from them being a guest on the cast, yeah.
Them being a guest, so they had to have been mentioned as a guest.
Yeah. Why, who are you thinking of?
Richard, because he shouted out during Rebecca's thing.
Oh, no. I literally just went down the descriptions of all of the episodes of the year and made note of people that weren't the four of you.
Gabby?
Oh, yeah, damn it. Joe, Gabby. I
wasn't this year.
I think Gabby was last. I think it was last year.
Oh no, she wasn't.
I think it was last year.
I thought
I
she
might be
came
mixing
off
up
the
my
charity
podcast,
chat, but she
but,
didn't.
Was Joshua Chambers ever on?
Nope.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would be this year.
God.
Yeah. Ben's daughter Jess.
No. Nice thinking outside the box, but no, this is just a Thrones player who's presumably getting more and more hurt by the second.
I'm really sorry, whoever it is.
This is where Ben goes into the edit afterwards and edits out some of the silence.
There's only one other person I can think of, but I don't think it was this year. So it's
This is where I go back and edit in.
Say it just in case.
Kevin.
No.
See, this is where I go back and edit and I give the right
Was it-
answer
was
and I
it
do a
Jeb?
really fake Whamma's voice going, "Yes, Ben, that's correct. You win the quiz. Let's end it there."
Was it Keb?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm just guessing now.
I can give you a clue if you want.
Go on then.
This person is going to be very, very salty that you forgot them.
Oh, Ben, Liam.
Joe.
Correct, Liam.
Yeah. It's right, he doesn't play Friends anymore. You're right, listen.
Although, I will say, even though the episode is lost to time, we did, in fact, have Dave Bamford and Tony Makos on the show.
That wasn't an episode of this. That was a stream.
Yes, it was, Ben. Back me up here.
And it's not so much lost to time as they've got me a copyright strike.
Yeah, lost to time.
That wasn't an episode of the Southron Bannermen.
Close enough.
I actually said proper digging. It actually was Fantasy Fight themselves to put the copyright claim in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They still send us spoilers, though.
No, we were doing the service. They just, had to, protect their copyright.
It is true.
And remembering Liam means that at the end of that quiz, Matt finishes on 17 points, Joe finishes on 40 points, and Ben finishes on 41.
Oh!
Damn, Matt, why didn't you remember it?
Right, so guys, now as I've won it, I'm now going to commission a trophy.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, no, better. A playmat.
Yes. The Southern Bannermen
Reigning quiz champion.
reigning quiz champion of Westerns.
Just a playmat of Ben sitting in the mastermind chair.
Yeah. With Wamma and Jess.
So, fellas,
I'll
while we're
stand
doing
behind
this, I
you.
actually have something that could, with some photoshopping, could be Christmas Melisandre. It's in the Shireen scene. It's all the snow everywhere.
Oh, of course. No, that's it. The playmat's Christmas Melisandre. How stupid of me.
I was picturing you in the chair with me and Jess either side of you, and then Joe and Matt kneeling before you.
And Christmas Melisandre raining snow down on us?
Sure. Or
Yeah, she's catching us up. There's snow everywhere. Yeah.
Right. I'm now going to contact Rebecca.
That concludes the quiz of 2017.
Wow,
Yay.
thank you very much. That was awesome.
That was pretty hilarious. And then we're going to see if anybody, beat us, any of our listeners managed to beat us while playing at home, because it's entirely possible.
Of course, they can pause and look it up.
Yeah, well, if they don't cheat.
I mean, you could have paused and looked it up. I mean, you couldn't have paused, I guess. You could have looked it up.
Right, guys, I need to take my 12th toilet break of the podcast. I'm really sorry.
I'm really glad that I made a note of these decks, though, because until a couple of hours before the podcast, I just had Thrones DB links, and I was going to click on them when the cast came up. Then I thought it would be tricky to make a note of who got what, so I thought I'd best put them in a notepad thing so I could just delete them as you said them.
Yeah.
And then...
That's fair. I'd like to, on the victory speech, congratulate Joe and Matt for getting deck lists wrong. It really helped me win.
That is the main reason why.
How does a Lannister player not play Grandmaster Pycelle? I was just like, that's an obvious one.
Joe, for every one that Matt fucked up, you got 5 points as well. It was you getting builders wrong.
No, it was definitely Matt myself.
Yeah.
That was the tipping point.
So, I guess quickly to round off this holiday special, is that I guess now? Are we going happy holidays in this country yet? Or is it still happy Christmas? Are we still free? I forget.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know what's happening.
Holidays, end of the year. Yeah.
So, just quickly, 2017, guys, in Thrones. Quick roundup. Beginning of the year was Lanny Dragon still, if I remember correctly, was it?
Not really.
No, that died off by then?
So, beginning of the year, Valor Morghulis had just come out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Banner Kraken everywhere. Yeah.
Danny Kraken, I think, was in the lead.
Yeah, Lannister Kraken was very good.
Tyrell Kraken was slightly popular at that point as well?
Okay, so according to my stats here from isleofravens.com, they have a nice little stats page where they tell you about the different factions. That Lannister was definitely in the lead, starting 2017, for faction wins, over the course of the month. Martell was the losingest faction, but not the least popular. So they were a bunch of losers. With Stark also starting to show its loserness, in January of 2017. They just couldn't handle Valor. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how things were starting. That's how things started. And that was an interesting time. Valar Morghulis just come out where people are packing saves, left and right. Bodyguard became used. I remember pulling that one out of the box, saying, "Hey, maybe this card's good."
That was actually one of the things from the world's deck that most surprised me, because that was pre-Valor.
Yeah.
But it actually obviously had 2 bodyguards in. I was like, oh, okay.
You need some protection from the best kill spell in the game.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true. So that's how things were starting. And I remember it was a store championship season. I remember I was still playing Baratheon Kraken and I was losing. No, I got a couple of finals in store championship season. With Baratheon Kraken. Yeah. How about you, James?
I was at the start of the year. I think that's when I was pissing about with making up S Club 7 lyrics to decks and that sort of thing.
Yes, I remember that phase. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of have the playing jank half of the year, and then the builders and regionals half of the year.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Ben, was this still your Baratheon days, or were you full on to Stark Police at this point?
No, I was Baratheon at the beginning of the year, because I ended 2016 with Baratheon, and then I went to a couple of store championships to start 2017 with Baratheon, and then but that's obviously the point where it started it just started dying off, really, Baratheon.
Yeah. What about you, Joe?
God, I wasn't playing at the start, yeah. I think I was just playing everything. I played some Lanny near the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Realised it wasn't terrible, but then just played everything during store champs.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's I remember this well. And then wasn't February the month when all you could hear about was freaking Night's Watch decks, taking over the world and just grinding their way to victory, 1-2 power at a time.
Sounds right.
Yeah, that was a big deal, wasn't that? Yeah, that was a big deal. And then I remember a big turning point in the meta was March when it was a Battaya, when Tyrell Lord of the Crossing list, Super Rush just managed to break through, and then everyone was happy again.
Yeah, I was not happy when Tile took over.
No, well, Target hadn't taken over yet. This was Tyrell. It was like, yeah, everyone's rushing. This is great. And, this coincides right around with, the new cycle, and then, the Watchers on the Wall set, and that's when Targaryen started taking over around regional season, May or so.
Yeah, Battala was the last tournament, the second cycle, because the pack had come out because we were using it at the charity joust, but they weren't using it at Battala.
Yeah, and then then right after that, really Targaryen started taking over because they got their amazing location, and some people were playing around with. I remember House of the Undying was pretty popular at the time. I don't know if you remember that, Joe, because I think you were all into Targaryen at this point. Yeah, and then move it, and then this was when they got their 2 gold location. That was such a big deal. And then May was also a banner month because that's when Guarding the Realm, came out, which I assert would be the best chapter pack of 2017 was Guarding the Realm.
I mean, are we talking in terms of power level or fun or what? Because
the criteria I use is if you don't own all the chapter packs, which one should you buy? Out of all of them, probably Guarding the Realm.
What, just because it had the limited econ locations for multiple factions?
Oh, it had
It
had Great Hall, it had Melisandre, it had Lord Renly's Ride, it had Second Sons, it had Wex Pike, which is like a one of in every Greyjoy deck. It's a pretty solid pack. I especially appreciate how it single-handedly really ups the power level of a Rose Banner. And it does that too because it had Annals of Castle Black. But, it ups the power level of Rose Banner just by bringing in Lord Renly's Ride.
So basically what you're saying is that you want new players for their first pack, their experience, to get the pack that lets them play combo bullshit. Is that what you are saying on this podcast?
No, I want them to take Annals of Castle Black and proxy.
Okay, you've got your core set, now it's time to teach you about Annals.
No.
And Marriage Pact, that really fun card to play with.
Yep, Marriage Pact was in that pack as well. Yeah, but in a general sense, it's got some good stuff in it. That pack, especially.
I'd probably recommend Pack 5 over that, just because all of the really good cards in Pack 5 are neutral, which I think helps. But I do take your point that it's a good pack.
No, guys, you're missing the obvious pack here. The best pack is the first pack of that cycle because it had Barring the Gates. I love that card.
No, well, the first pack had Queen Marjorie, which. That kicked off so much excitement. I remember those days. Everyone was slamming Queen Marjorie into every banner deck they could think of, and then it didn't work out so well.
It also had
Slaver's Bay Port, which is a one-off in any Targ aggro deck. So.
It also had Drowned God's Disciple, which is now becoming a problem. And let's not forget the much maligned Fickle Bannerman, because Barra can't win power challenges anymore.
No.
So you want that card in your deck. In all fairness, I came third at Store Championship with that card.
I came second at Store Championship with that card. That was my deck that ran 3 Visited by Shadows and 3 Kingswood, and basically was built around the concept of they cannot win a power challenge the entire game, and was Banner Rose for House Florent Knight. And in the very first game at that tournament, I think it was round 2, through Song of Summer and seeing all my Visited by Shadows, I was able to House Florent Knight at Daenerys.
Nice.
Nice. I was like, okay, I don't care how well I do in the rest of this tournament.
You won the day. won the day.
I remember
I lost to Batterbridge in the final. Those were the days.
I remember Ryan was testing a similar deck and he managed to House Florent Knight of King Mob.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying when you get to do something like that.
It's amazing.
Yes, so. But I mean, I think it's actually been a pretty good year. I know that it's ended with combos taking over all discussion, which is.
People like to complain. If they weren't complaining about combos, they'd complain about something else. Let's be fair.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yep.
Well, around May was when we saw the first murmuring of the Hyper Viper. Wasn't that when Joel won that regional with the Hyper Viper?
No, that was like July.
Oh, okay.
That was July, I think.
July.
Okay.
The best bit of that though is because obviously that was when we had the 2 regionals back to back in the for Bristol and Cardiff, and he was planning on trying really hard at Cardiff because he was using these as buy, and we knew it was going to be a lower turnout. Mm-hmm. And he took Hyper Viper for fun so he could finish early and kind of have a bit of an evening. Obviously they were able to win it. Same with Dan Kay, who took Greyjoy to Cardiff for fun because you turned cards sideways and won it.
Yeah, this was, and then around June, I remember a big splash was made at U.S. Nationals with Starkwatch. That was a really interesting deck to come out of U.S. Nationals.
That's not an interesting deck.
It's one of those decks. It's interesting in theory, from a deck building theory standpoint, it's interesting. From a sitting across the table standpoint, maybe less so.
Okay, well, a deck that was way more interesting to sit across the table from was Jim Hansen's Targaryen Rose deck. We really got Randall Tarley and Marjorie Tyrell, and he had Lord Renly's Ride to really rush out lots of power. He was the master of the positive and the negative that day.
I say that deck also annoyed me because that was the same weekend as Euros, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I was there having felt like I'd done fairly well Stark. I was like, let's see what the Stark deck would do really well American Nationals. Let's see how I can compete it and compare it. No, it's a nice watch deck.
Yeah.
And then some arsehole brought builders onto the world.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was at Euros though.
But Euros didn't work. It didn't work at Euros, so everyone kind of went, "Oh, that's an interesting idea." La la la.
Yeah, that was so annoying in Euros to go 3-3 with that deck because I had 2 wall mirrors and they just got unlucky in them, and then made a terrible misplay against Stark. But yeah, then I made up for it and made everyone's life hell for a bit, so that's okay.
Yes, you did.
There were actually some builders decks at U.S. Nationals, so it was being experimented with.
Yeah.
And then,
I think the ones at US Nationals hadn't gone as all in. They were a lot more sort of like still using the same good Night's Watch cards, but then also running like 10 or so builders.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Whereas rather than the 20 or so builders and 3 Abandoned Stronghold and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. So, at what point did Greyjoy really rise to prominence? In this year, I'm thinking around July, August.
I think yes, that was around when we got like the fall of Astapor and therefore Astapor.
Yes.
And that's also when like the Cancel Answer stuff started to come in. Obviously, it was Gen Con when that properly, when it star performance, but it was definitely around for a couple of months before then as well.
People were just trying to find answers to Targ for a while, and Greyjoy was actually becoming the answer to Targ, even though it's like the first cycle. Targ was the hard counter to Greyjoy.
Yeah, Targ was the counter to Greyjoy until it got to a point where Targ was doing well because of its locations.
And Greyjoy started getting good 5-cost or 5-strength characters who could be boosted.
And it was May or June was also sort of the time when the Night's Watch box hit, wasn't it? Which is when they got Pride. Yeah. So suddenly Targ went from like maybe running Plaza of Punishment, but otherwise having nothing that Greyjoy cared about, to having 2 really good locations that Greyjoy wanted to destroy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Yeah, so Greyjoy starts rising to prominence around July, August. Was there any particular card that propelled Greyjoy over the top?
No, I think it's just the tech they had beforehand, really, because they were always waiting for this location meta to hit.
Yeah, I think people worked out just the best things as well. Like people started realizing King Balon was actually better than Core Balon, which took a long time for people to get.
Yeah, I remember when I played that Greyjoy Winter deck at Brighton. One of the questions I got asked about it most often was why King Balon over Core Balon? Which, I mean, looking back now, it's like kind of obvious because it's not an unopposed deck. It's just an aggro deck. So I run the unopposed Balon with it. But at the time, it was so ingrained that Core Balon was the right choice.
It was also one of those things where with Greyjoy, they've gave them so little other themes for so long that you just automatically went with this mindset of course you go for unopposed tech because it's Greyjoy. Say it's similar like with Barra. You go
Kneel and Dominance.
You're doing Dom because that's what they do. There's no other feat. There's no other ways of looking at the deck.
Yeah.
So I think that's why everyone looked at Balon and went, well, he doesn't help with unopposed. He's rubbish.
I think the other thing as well is Great Hall was very strong for them.
Yes, this is very true.
Yes, because Greyjoy definitely are a bit top heavy with their characters.
Yeah, I was just sitting here looking through Cycle 3 and start packs and going, they've got nothing good here. What actually kicked them off?
They had a couple of quite good cards like Silence's Crew or whatever, but the only actual Greyjoy card that was really good was Theon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And even then, as good as he is, you're still having to take out a pretty good character to put him in. So even then, it's only
Yeah, I would say I think he's much better than.
Oh yeah, he is. Like it's definitely an upgrade. That's why like everyone did it.
Yes.
The other point was there was just a turning point where people went, Greyjoy Reigns is the right thing. There was no particular reason why. I think people just decided the utility was better than Fealty and started playing Reigns.
I think
that became the thing.
I think it's just one of those things, isn't it? Where I think we've said a few times where, if Fealty isn't doing much for you, Reigns doesn't really hurt you because most of those plots you're not going to use anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus Greyjoy's ability to flip a Valor Morghulis, wipe the board, but you do some saves and then immediately start making claim again. Yeah, it's pretty huge. Yeah.
It's all right.
I think, at least in the UK, I think it was heavily popularised by Isian because he'd just been finding that list for so long. And so when he not only did really well with it, but then also posted it so that other people could do really well with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think a lot of the time, the decks that dominate aren't necessarily the best decks. They're just the ones that have had the best version of them posted.
Yeah, I can agree with that because I do think we're at a point where there's no faction is bad. As in, you can
Waiting
make
for
it
someone to disagree and say Baratheon.
well, Baratheon maybe, but I still think you can make good Baratheon decks that you don't just look at Baratheon and go, oh, easy win. You know, like we always talk about, like Night's Watch and Martell were for most of the first cycle. You know, you see like the Baratheon Rose deck. I think it's got some bad matchups, but a lot of the top decks can struggle against that in that game.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that.
So yeah, I think I think you are right with that. And Isian kind of was like, was it Thomas's to Night's Watch for a while? He was just playing them, even when they were, you know, considered the worst faction, quote unquote. He was playing them and doing well with them, and you know, so when they became the right choice, he was ready to go, and he's had the best deck already. And obviously, and the fact he was using like free Varys. I mean, how many people use free Varys in Greyjoy?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's probably the card the Greyjoy players hate to see, and he's embracing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
I think the big thing at the moment, I'm kind of looking forward to, and kind of hit on there as well, is obviously we've had a lot of genders recently. We're getting more genders, and some of them are yay nay. But I think next year, it looks like next year we're going to really hit with, was it 2 agendas in the first 4 months? We're really going to, I could see quite a few agendas and being far more impactful on the game, and decks kind of going further away. Like that was the new one, the War to Come. It looks pretty good, especially at Martell.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think with the Wars to Come, especially, I've noticed a lot of comments of people sort of saying, "Oh, this is stupid to release because it just kills off fealty." But at the same time, these people are the same people broadly who are complaining that fealty's not good enough compared to Reigns of Castamere. If you already think that people aren't going to play fealty because they're going to play Reigns instead, surely you want the new agendas to come out to be of a similar power level to the Reigns of Castamere, because otherwise they're not going to play the new agendas either. They're just going to keep playing the Reigns of Castamere.
Yeah. Well, what I think had happened here is that this cycle we got enough economy, and like all the factions kind of caught up in draw. So so between economy and draw coming out of your in-faction cards, like you don't really need fealty to like push your economy so much anymore. Plus something tells me we haven't gotten a lot of really good loyal characters lately.
Possibly. I think fealty always felt like a bit something in the court to kind of put in the core just to help even out the curves a bit.
Yeah. It's a good default.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like fealty served its purpose now, and we should stop comparing new agendas to it. We should compare new agendas to the agendas that are doing well in tournaments.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's one of those arguments where, like, you know, there's probably, I'm sure the same people said, "Oh, why would you play like the summer agendas? Play fealty, unless you really want to fit more than 15 neutrals." But they do different things. That's the thing. Yeah. Not using up a house card, Neil, for instance, is quite big. I mean, I did say one of my stream games I was playing against a Brotherhood deck, and the guy was using the 5-cost wildling, the army, the one where you nearly factions.
Oh yeah,
right.
No,
which is a bit counterintuitive in a
either
deck. That's
blank or your agenda's blank.
Yeah. And it was one turn they were blank, and then the previous turn the agenda was blank. I could see some flexibility in that of, I'm just not going to use my agenda and I can defend this intrigue, is what he did. But yeah, the faction card Neil starting to become a bit more important.
Yeah, especially with Iron Bank coming out in Pack 5.
Yeah, and Secret Schemes from Martell. Yeah.
So, Fealty's done its job. I'm sure we'll still see Fealty decks at top tournaments for the next year or so. I don't think it's going to disappear, but you look at the stats. Until recently, it was the most common agenda by far.
And Stark Fealty alone kind of propels it.
Which I think Stark will be going away from that soon, I think, anyway.
Look at Worlds and Starlight. Like at Worlds, the top 4, you had a Banner Rose, 2 Crossings, and a Reigns. Starlight, you had a Kings of Summer, 2 Crossings, and a Reigns.
Yeah.
Like, Fealty just isn't like at that very top table anymore.
No.
It's Crossing and Reigns, and then the occasional other list is where we are at the moment. So if the Wars to Come is competing with, but not necessarily better than, Crossing and Reigns, then that's
That's where
good.
it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great. I mean, I do. It does feel a bit like, and I'm sure there'll be other decks that use it very well. But it does feel like when like Lannister had Reigns, it kind of felt like a very Lannister agenda.
Hmm.
But other houses have now found a home for it, which is, I think, good. And I can see the same with this. Obviously, Martell have far more synergy with having 10 plots than anyone else does. But at the same time,
It's true to an extent, but I think unless you get past 7, then it doesn't do anything more for Martell than it does for any of the other factions.
the main thing is going to get your head around. So, like for instance, the current one at the moment, I would be March twice, right? Any other agenda, any other plot I see, that's it. They can only have one of. Well, that's not true anymore.
Yeah.
They have this agenda. They
Yeah,
have another plot doubled up.
Yeah, the fact that you can have 2 plots doubled up, that's pretty crazy.
I think it's great. I think it's good. I think it's good
Yeah.
because it means that, you know, a bit like Valada Harris. I don't think it's had quite the impact on the meta some people thought it might. I think it has had an impact, but I don't think it's the meta-defining card that possibly people thought it might be. But you still have to think about it. You still spend until you know your opponent hasn't got it. You still have to think: can I put the 7 coster out? Am I just wasting my time? Or do I want to do it to see if it's got Valada Harris? You know, it's a very much a, you know, you something like First Note. It's a card you've got to be aware exists until it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's quite good knowing that there could be another March coming. You've seen two heads and spikes. You've been March once. There could be another March. So I like that because I like not knowing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. So, where was it? So we just got the Tyrell box. That also had an agenda in it, the Conclave. We haven't really... Conclave doesn't seem to have made a big splash yet, has it?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I don't think it will do until there's more good maesters that aren't free cost. I think that's the biggest issue. Your cost curve is so low, and you're flooding out. And like for instance, I know that like obviously we talked a bit about the Stark Coven, and the problem is you're competing with 2 or 3 of their best characters in that same slot. And do you really want to go that many free costers?
And I do think it sucks for Maesters as well that one of the draws of playing them is getting to use healing expertise, and especially getting to use with the agenda, getting to search to guarantee that you have healing expertise. Like that's for me one of the main reasons you'd want to play them. And then straight after we get the agenda, we get a plot that removes characters without killing them.
Yeah. And also the box they came out with would have done far better for a Knight's agenda.
Oh, well, you know, that's neither here nor there.
They could have put a Knight's agenda in that box and they wouldn't have changed a single card. Other than,
regardless of the impact of the Conclave, looking at the stats here, in November, that's when Tyrell took over as the most popular faction. And that seems to be the case so far, you know, in December. So we end the year with Tyrell being on top in popularity.
I mean, right after their box, it would be worrying if it wasn't true.
Yes, it would be. I fear that Martell box.
I'd say the box hasn't always influenced the top factions. Like, I don't think it influenced Night's Watch that much.
Yeah, but I think that's because it was deceptive in terms of what cards were good. Yeah. Like, I mean, we laughed at that new gift thing, but Dan was far from the only person hyping that card up.
No, a lot of people thought
we were all wrong with the Night's Watch box.
Yeah, the key cards from the Night's Watch box, in retrospect, were the Builders cards, and they make that Builders deck really, really good.
It's true. You could say that Jon Snow has made a big splash.
Yeah, Jon Snow, Bowen, and Cotter Pike are also very solid cards. They're just not as impactful. The Night's Watch Raiders list that appeared were pretty good.
Yes, it's true.
But the thing we had this right. The problem is when you get that many cards dropped into one faction, it can take time for it to kind of settle down to work out what is so good. I think when the Stark box first came out and everyone laughed at Winterfell.
I gave it 5 out of 5. I'll have you know.
Okay. Most people laughed at Winterfell, but it took a while. Then also people started realizing how freaking amazing that card actually is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember my play group. We jumped on Winterfell very quickly because it's like, oh, you cancel shenanigans? Oh, that's amazing.
And in all fairness, those people, when that box came out, spending 4 costs on a location was like it was quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not so much now.
Yeah, it's loyal, which which helps because Stark fealty is is the most popular form of Stark.
I saw the stats. It's just really Stark and Targ that's keeping fealty alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the 2 factions, I know both of them can, but they're at least suited to making Reigns work, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
That's true.
I said both
Targ
of them can.
Reigns is the best deck in the meta lab,
Okay.
Yeah, there's been some Targaryen Reigns lists that have been showing up. Martell fealty also seems to be a thing.
A little bit, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of banner factions for them.
Yes.
And fealty is also a thing for Barra as well. It's just that Barra isn't a thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be my mission. Baratheon, Reigns of Castamere.
No.
Yes.
It's Baratheon Brotherhood of Banners.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. You just can't run 7 gold Melisandre in that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think you
I'm
want
more than happy to still run Cornell.
Yeah.
I know you're big on 7 cost.
No, I'm not big. I'm just feeling experimental.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the biggest thing. Just when Barra felt like they actually found a deck, Vandana Harris completely rips it a new one.
No.
Yeah, I've got all 4 7 costers out. Why is my opponent smiling?
Yeah. So moving into 2018, Baratheon, the pack 4, they spoiled a couple of interesting cards to help the kneel strategy with the that revealed version of Selyse Baratheon where you kneel everybody except
I'm
ladies.
still not convinced she's actually any good.
Oh, I'm going to try it, of course.
I'm going to try it, but I'm not convinced she's actually good.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Yeah.
It's good if you go second. It's
Yeah,
it feels
of
like the
course.
whole besieged thing of great when it's working, terrible when it's not.
I think she's going to be good in 1 or 2 decks. I don't think she's the answer that Barra need. The one advantage, she's loyal, isn't she?
Yes.
So by default, I can't help Martell stack.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. What's also interesting is in Pack 3 we're getting that plot that makes both players skip the standing phase.
Yeah.
Yes.
That actually seems really interesting, simply because you can break up things like the wall. So you can't kneel.
Yeah.
That's a whole turn. You're denying your opponent a turn of the wall. You're denying your opponent.
All the econ that has to be knelt to use it.
Yeah.
Which is great for Barra, obviously, because their one is arguably the worst.
Yeah. I still think that's more of a Stark card than it is a Barra card, that plot.
Yeah, no, it's a winter plot, isn't it?
It's a winter plot, and also Jon Snow and Robb combo.
Right. Yeah, anything with mass stand.
Yeah, just goes, oh well.
Yeah, all non-kneeling stuff. It's great there too.
Green Apple Knights love it. They get even better.
Yeah, I mean,
isn't this great? We've got this card
those.
coming that's gonna we're theory crafting with already, and I'd say that's my main wish for 2018 is to start seeing some cards that make us really excited again.
I think we're starting to get to that point because there are definitely we are starting to get enough cards to make themes work. Like the Drowned God theme works now, which it hasn't worked ever. Even though we've had cards since Core which have Drowned God on them.
Yeah.
It's taken almost 4 cycles. I really hope it's Mormont themes, not it's the start, not the kind of just the end.
Oh yeah, they're just gonna sprinkle it. Yeah.
Because like the Tully theme, I never really felt they fleshed that out enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tully seem like they're almost there.
They feel like they
quite
just need
there.
2 more characters maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, it's no. I think we're there. I'm definitely getting to the point now where I see my opponent's house card agenda and don't know the deck. 100%.
I mean, it depends on what they are, but certainly there are a lot of combos where you're just like, okay, let's see what you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've probably got a rough idea what it's doing, but you don't know for sure. I mean, obviously you see like Tyrell Range, you probably know exactly what that's doing. Night's Watch Summer, you probably know what that's doing. And Drew had it the other day.
You don't know when that's much summer anymore.
Actually, that's not true.
The agenda for Hyperbrienne.
No, isn't that? I thought that was a banner.
Is it?
There's a Tyrell Crossing Hyperbreed and
yeah, there could be all sorts of versions of Hyperbreed.
And same like Lannister, because you get the Wonder Woman crossing deck, but that can also be done out of you get the jumping crossing deck, but you also get a normal crossing deck, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Until this up in characters down, you don't know. It's great. I love it. It's taken us 2 years, but we're there. Almost.
Yeah, it's the benefits of an expanding card pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe, what are you most excited to see that you know about?
God. I think just House of the Red Door, even though that's only coming out in a few days.
Yeah.
And seeing how Asher and the Pillage deck plays out, especially seeing as Drowned God looks like it's going to be a theme, which one of the two is going to be the preferred.
Okay.
I'm so excited for House with the Red Door. It was my favourite agenda in first edition. Well, actually, no, that's not true. It was my second favourite agenda in first edition. But yeah.
After seeing the pack, I've now decided I've got to try and do House of the Red Door, House of Black and White to replicate Old Bear Island.
Oh, jeez.
The only deck I liked in first ed.
You need to discard gold from it to be able to start it off. So you need
but I'll have to play 3 copies of Unbridled.
So wait a minute, you're going to use House of the Red Door to find a card and then still rely on your draw deck to perform for you.
Yeah, well, the draw deck's 1 card smaller than it would be.
It'll be pretty easy.
Well, you could use wheels within wheels. Yeah.
And I'll flip into Annals, then I'll get it on 6 gold turn 2.
Sounds fantastic.
But yeah, basically nearly every fun, unique location in the game, I want to build a House with the Red Door deck around it.
Bitterbridge encampment, baby.
I mean, I'm not going to bother doing that one just because I assume so many other people are going to do it.
That one's going to be fairly popular. I still like the idea. I was going to say, I still think was it Castle Winterfell.
Yeah,
it's got some legs.
Also, yeah.
I'm starting to like think about this one. Winterfell Castle. It seems neat because it lets your little characters punch above their weight.
Yeah, and that's the big
how you build it. Then just include all of the cheap uniques, and then
I think lots of people are going to do it as well. But I do want to build the Old Town all character list.
59 characters. Yeah,
and just go. I'm going to name a character. Oh look.
That's that
point. Yeah, obviously you're trading off a little bit in inefficiency of the rest of the deck, but at that point your agenda is just saying you gain a power and an extra card every round.
That sounds like the Netrunner deck I was using at the weekend, which has a card called Oracle May. If you can guess the next card, if you guess the top card of your deck, you draw it and gain 2 credits. And if you get it wrong, you trash it. There's only 6 cards that weren't resources in the deck.
Oh.
So basically, I get like all oracles, clearly she's a fraud. It's a resource. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I guess character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the janky Tyrell locations that involve the top card of decks, I'm looking forward to doing House of the Red Door, Caswell's Keep. Just getting to, from the very start of the game, decide what people get to play with.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Oh, and then you can run a copy or 2 of the winter plot that only causes the player to draw 1 card.
Yeah,
so you know exactly what they're getting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they're on the same wavelength now. Then outside of Tyrell, I'm looking at Greenblood for Martell, and just kind of like the Winterfell Castle idea. But the problem with Greenblood was always that you have to build around it, but then it also costs 3, and you need to find it
early.
Just has
before
many
you burn through all
downsides
your summer plots. Yeah.
If you know you get to start with it in play, then just having a blanket +1 for all of your characters. Because Martell have quite a few good characters that are either 1 strength, so they die to Blood of the Dragon, or 4 strength, so they die to Dracarys or Crown of Gold. And so being able to pump them by 1 is actually really useful, and it also goes really well with the new Ariane.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that seems neat. Also, I can see a 5 strength Palace Spearman being quite formidable.
5 strength for Spear. Was it the Spear Lady?
Spear Maiden.
Oh yeah, Spear Maiden. That's right.
Pump them immediately.
Yeah.
That's a great example of why I love the agenda, because that card is absolutely trash. But then it could conceivably. I don't know if the deck will be any good, but it certainly doesn't sound like it'll be completely terrible. It's a deck I want to build and play with.
So quick one. What's the high or low on the percentage or of how many we're going to see? How many of these red doors we're going to see, which are the white tree? On Netrunner DB for not no, then on Frame for like a week, because I think that's all I'm going to see for like the first week. Oh, it's Night's Watch, House of the Red Door, awesome.
And
I have made a Night's Watch House of the Red Door.
Sorry.
Then they're going to remember that Night's Watch choke hasn't worked in forever.
One of the reasons it didn't work is because of the unreliability of finding White Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now you can't have Winter and choke them even more.
This is true. I do have a Night's Watch House of the Red Door deck, but it's an Exodia list with 6 different unique locations.
Yeah.
Which makes total sense.
And I'm going to say, I personally think the trap one at the moment is people going, oh yeah, go and get, the Red Keep.
Red Keep? Yeah.
Because I'd say I think Barra can win Power Challenges consistently enough at the moment to make that one worthwhile.
I do think, the Barra House with the Red Door will be Iron Throne, I think.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one myself because
it makes your economy work.
Yeah, exactly. It turns your economy on.
Yeah, but people will go Red Keep to start with, thinking that that's the answer.
I've got an idea in regards to that. I'd have to test it. It wouldn't be the obvious Barra. It would be more if you just run like free traitor to go with it, just to try and knock out power right from the start and play as a control list with a good draw.
Yeah. You can't just do it in a regular Barra list. You'd have to build around the fact that you are relying on Red Keep.
I have been considering free Vista by Shadows and free traitors in a Barra deck. As a kind of, just to try and get this bloody power challenges.
Do you go the whole hog and include the Kingswood?
I think you probably do, actually.
Oh, and then that opens up White Raven.
No, you still don't play the White Raven.
Oh.
But what am I on about? Because I've been involved playing Barra cards that didn't come out of the core.
Yeah. Yeah, do you even know where they are in your house?
No, I don't even know they're on the binder. Those cards just get put in the binder fodder section.
Yeah, they're off into the abyss. They're not anywhere anymore. So maybe you can dispatch your daughter to find them, so she can play Christmas Melisandre, the deck.
Just quickly, because Matt reminded us we did this last year. A quick prediction for the next year of cards potentially to see. Card you want to see next year, as in that hasn't been spoiled yet. Because I'm really hoping that finally we get Dark Wings, Dark Words. Because I was convinced with some of the text in the preview articles, and then when I saw the new Queen of Thorns, that we were getting it. I was convinced we were getting it, and I still think it's a good chance we'll get it soon. Because
so your prediction is
card, wasn't it?
Right.
It was a Dark Words, so it's going to be printed at some point.
As our first edition
it'll be
guru,
quite good fun.
So as our first edition guru, James, could you tell our audience what Dark Wings, Dark Words was?
Sure. So it was minimum deck size 75 cards, and you could only run events in one copy, so you couldn't have multiple copies of any event. But it had the reaction or response, because it was first edition. Mm-hmm. After you play an event card, draw a card.
Yeah.
And it also says you can't trigger events from your discard pile to stop you from just being able to recur.
I was just thinking, Annual's Castle Black. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd like to see Dark Wings, Dark Words make a return. How about you, Joe?
Yeah.
What is a card that you would love to see in 2018?
I want new dragons.
Yes.
I want free growing up dragons, which means probably a Targ Deluxe by the end of the year.
I was about to say, I think that's going to be the Targ Deluxe when we get those, unfortunately.
Nice. We're moving. If we move into the Dance with Dragons book, I have a feeling that in chapter packs we could see grown up dragons, because right now we're in Archmaster's Key, so that kind of implies Feast for Crows.
Yeah, no, they've been quite explicit about it. I can't remember what's it called. The entire cycle's called.
Oh, it's called Flight of Crows.
Flight of Crows. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dark Wings, Dark Words would slot right in here, wouldn't it?
It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I'm imagining cycle 5 we might see some teenage dragons because they were in the Dance with Dragons book. Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully. I think it'd be nice to see some other dragon options.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a new Daenerys option, but that does sound like a big box kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, anything you want to say? Good Barra cards? Not gonna happen.
I would like to see Baratheon actually receive some themes. I'm gonna have to hold out till cycle 5 though, because I just don't see them like starting a whole new theme, in a chapter pack, especially since the 2 Baratheon cards they've spoiled from pack 4 are both Neil. So I just don't.
Is that not a new theme?
Yeah, it's a brand new theme. Yeah, it's oh wait, they get a new theme. They can prevent people from standing. Yeah, that's a new theme.
To be fair, that card is good.
No, that
I get that it's not, that it's still a Neil thing.
No, that card's great. I love how versatile it is.
Which one's that one?
Dragonstone.
Dragonstone Castle.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that looks pretty perfect. I do appreciate so far from what we've seen that they are returning to Neil again, and they're doing a pretty decent job of giving Neil cards. To
tie back to what we were talking about before, I can't wait to do Dragonstone Castle as an HRD.
Ooh. Yeah. But my dream card would be an agenda that's like totally different, than what we've seen so far. Nothing like, Green Dreams where it's just like, whatever. My dream card.
Dreams?
I think Green Dreams is going to be a lot better than people think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be bad.
It doesn't seem like something where it's like, oh my god, I can't wait to build with this. Like Red Door is.
No,
I'm going to build Greyjoy.
Yeah.
Green Dreams, Drown God.
I was going to do Greyjoy, Green Dreams Pillage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, either one. Both the themes they're getting seem to fit Green Dreams.
Yeah. But if I had to make my main wish for 2018 is I want to see some characters where I open the pack and I go, oh my god, sweet Shireen, I cannot wait to jam 3 of these into a deck. The way you felt.
It's fearsome men not doing it for you.
Yeah, the way you felt when you looked at Victorian Greyjoy for the first time. You're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't wait to play this guy. I'd like to be enchanted again. By as opposed to, oh yeah, it looks good. I'll play one of.
yeah. It's solid one of in every deck.
Yeah.
Basically, you just need to play Greyjoy, Matt, because they've got Asher coming out next pack, haven't they?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I just like Korosha so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want a new character that doesn't have a pre-existing version? That's
No.
That's non-loyal and can be.
No, I'll give it another look. But I'm looking forward to being being made excited by interesting, unique characters that that immediately scream, oh, put 3 of me in a deck.
He's looking forward to the 4th Baratheon brother that no one knew about.
No, I'm looking forward to the card, the army, and the army consists of Robert, Stannis, and Renly. Yeah, that's
10
the
costs.
army. Yeah, it's like 10 costs.
Reaction: after you win dominance, kneel a character to
Deal a character
kneel a
to
character
draw
to
a
discard
card.
something unless you want to power challenge this round, in which case.
Yeah, it'll have like 3-point font.
When you win dominance, kneel a character to increase your strength by 1.
Yeah, kneel a character to increase your strength by 1, but only if you've intimidated a character this round, and if the character you intimidated is loyal, you may reveal it to draw a card.
Yes.
And his traits would be Lord, King.
And then ally, because we don't want it to be too good.
Yeah. Descent starts seeing play. Wamma, anything you're looking forward to?
I think you guys covered it pretty well. I'd like to see cool new agendas. I'd like to see cards that make me excited to build decks with them rather than terrified for how they'll affect current decks that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in my opinion, House of the Red Door was a great addition to the game. Valor de Harris less so, because rather than making me excited to play with it, it's made me think, oh crap, I've got to worry about that as well now.
Yeah. The big thing for that is it stops one of the main goals for the game, which is play big characters, which was what they wanted second edition to have.
I mean, everyone has a different opinion on what they want the game to have is the problem.
That is true.
For some people, Velida Harris is yay, great. For others, it's crap. And for me, I'm nearer the second camp than the first, I guess. Yeah. I'd like to see. I don't know if I'd like to see it or not. Is the problem? I'm intrigued by the idea of a restricted list, but I think probably that's too big a topic to get into this late into the cast.
Yes.
And on that note, wow, what a way to wrap things up.
Oh, and also I'd like to see something in like as many different janky, unique locations as I can. Give me new decks to play.
For the red door toolbox deck.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm really waiting for is to get enough bestow locations that I can have a deck with 6 different bestow locations for the red door. Do the Exodia, shuffle them up, and let my opponent choose which one I'm going. And regardless of which one they choose, it's useless because it was bestow.
Well, James, we all know that you're going to build Night's Watch Red Door. You're going to pick 6 locations, but 3 of them are actually going to be Brendan's gift.
I'm still looking forward to the Real Man Challenge for 2018 is to win a Sword Championship or above with Red Door, and you choose Pleasure Barge.
No, it's unique only, I'm afraid.
Ah, dang it.
Thinking.
That would be the Real Man Challenge.
We'll call it the Inigo Montoya, I am not actually left-handed challenge.
Are there any... a good reference. Are there any unique locations that are only bad for you?
Yeah, was it Frostfangs? No, that's not unique. Yeah.
The only bad ones I can think of are Frostfangs and Pleasure Barge, and they're both non-unique.
Only bad for you.
Okay, that's what I hope for 2018.
So we can have this challenge.
Optimize the joke house with the red door location that we can use.
The only issue is this would place it for every Brighton charity event until the card cycles. That will be what the person gets.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, guys, that's been amazing. Matt, see us out.
So thank you very much, James, for providing a very lovely quiz, even though I was totally embarrassed by my lack of knowledge of the English tournament scene, first edition, and Joe Mirando's crazy deck building.
Yeah, they're your 3 favourite things, Matt. I really thought you did.
Also, I want to take this opportunity, now it's the end of the year, to formally thank all 3 of you for welcoming me onto the cast and welcoming me to my new home of Great Britain. So thank all of you for being so welcoming.
It's a pleasure to have you.
And
thanks for seeing the light.
Yeah, I'd also like to thank Ben's daughter Jess for providing some pretty hilarious, quiz questions.
For providing an art idea.
The Christmas smell.
Yeah. So I guess with that, I guess that's our tribute to 2017 and Thrones. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, it has been